what's up, guys?
What up, Carlos?
How you guys doing?
Man, I'm good, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I had trouble getting in, but it's on my end. I'm in an area with not such good service.
Where you at right now?
Man, out and about. Just got done talking to a realtor about a house I was looking at here in Dallas. I was trying to see what it would cost to flip it, but you're gonna need about $800,000 to $1 million to flip it. So just trying to think of something else.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
It is.
Yeah, let's get some more people in here. We'll start up right here in a couple minutes.
No, crazy part about it is she told me it's zoned R10, which means you can actually tear that house down since it will cost so much to redo it. Tear it down and you could put 10,000 square foot lots there. So basically she's like, you can turn it into a little cul-de-sac and put 10 houses where that one is. But we'll see.
Gotcha. What's new, man? How you been? Working on any creative deals?
Yeah, I was working on some creative deals. The one in Michigan, it blew up. The owner, he started throwing out a lot of stipulations that just didn't make any sense. He's trying to get paid on top of the deal, on top of the deal, on top of the deal. So it would ended up cash flowing $37.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, $37 is a ton of money. And he didn't want to flex on that. He was like, no, because what it basically was is when COVID started, he couldn't put the people out of the house. And now he was finally able to get them evicted about 3 months ago. And he never collected rent during that time. And the whole time he was paying the mortgage on the house. He was retired, but he ended up having to go back to work so he could keep up with the mortgage so it didn't wreck his credit while he was off work or looking for work. He was using credit cards to pay it. So he racked up like $50,000 in debt paying the mortgage on that place. And so he's like, nah, man, I see what you're trying to do. I understand that. But if you're saying you want to help me, this is what I need.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Man, oh man. It's been crazy. What about everybody else? How's everybody else doing?
Everybody else is doing all right, man. Kids are good. Wife's good.
That's clean.
How about you?
Good, man. I'm good too, man. Just been grinding, just been working.
Yes, sir.
All day, every day. Every day. I love it. Finally paying off. So it's all good.
Man, it was paying off before it was paying off. You just didn't see it.
Yeah, I knew it though. I knew it was working.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you were probably like one of the first people like in this room that I met when I first started, when I only had like 1 or 2 deals as far as like wholesaling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. What about everybody else? So everybody else on here, how you guys doing? You guys can like, but you can open up your mic, say what's up. Just wanna see some of your faces or hear some of you guys. What are you guys up to?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Yo, manito, di my way. What's good?
What's up, Dougie?
We're good. We're ready to go get it.
Yeah, who's yes? Somebody has a name that says yes right here.
Yeah, who's that?
That's me, Lucci.
Lucci. He's like, that's me. Like if I knew. That's me.
Yeah, I don't know why it says yes.
It's like, yes, let's go. That's right.
Yes, motivated.
Let's go. Yes.
Cool. We're gonna do some role play for a little bit before I start doing some live calls. Let's see.
Oh.
Willie, what up, man?
What up? What's up with you?
Not much, bro. Chilling, grinding.
That's
ready
it.
to rock.
Ready to roll like I got some Heelys on, brother.
Yeah, man. Haven't had a Healy since like probably never. Maybe one time.
That way we can't stop even if we want to. You know what I mean? No
You
break.
know what I'm saying?
We
Yeah.
out of here. Hell yeah.
Let's get into some role play. So typically what I do is we'll role play for hour or so. We'll give like 10-minute windows, and then I start doing live calls. I call anybody's deal live, or if you guys want to call live too, you guys can, but that's where all the juice is in the live calls. We learn a lot right here in the role play.
I want to be a
But-
buyer.
You want to be a buyer?
Yep.
That's what I like. I like people like that. Automatic right off the gate.
Go, Ronnie.
I'm kind of rusty, but I'm getting back in.
Fired up.
Okay.
It's all good. So you're going to be the first buyer. I need somebody to be a seller for me.
I'll be a seller. Let's go,
Okay.
Ronnie. Let's get it.
Okay. Is it Eunice or you not Eunice, right?
Eunice.
No,
Eunice.
she's
okay.
nice. Yeah, you
You
nice.
nice, Eunice.
Hey, you nice. You nice.
Okay.
You nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So before we get into it, so we're gonna use an ARV of 500,000. So Eunice is the seller, so it's up to her to whatever seller she's gonna be to you, distressed, not distressed. It's up to her for her to let you know if she wants more than 500 or less than 500. But so you know, Ronnie, the market price for this type of home that you're gonna negotiate, 500,000. If you were to bring up the build out, it's 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2,000 square feet. Just so you have some stuff to use, like in the scenario. Okay,
Okay.
cool. I'm
Okay.
gonna put myself on mute, or this is what I'm gonna do too. So I'm gonna give you guys a 10-minute window, and in that, so use a little bit of sense of urgency so that everybody can get through. So I'm gonna put a 10-minute window on, and once I put myself on mute, you guys can just role play. So you just do the ring ring type thing.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna put myself on mute right now, and you guys are free to go. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Ring ring.
hello?
Hi, Eunice. This is
Hi.
Ronnie. I'm calling about your property at 123 Main Street.
Yeah,
Are you the owner?
I am.
Okay. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you? So who are
Great.
you with, Ronnie? I'm
with
getting a lot of
Home Group.
calls.
Oh, I bet you are. I was just about to say you're probably getting inundated with a bunch of text messages and calls about this property. I'm Home Direct Buyers, and I'm a real estate investor.
Mhm.
And I was just calling to see if you were still considering selling a property.
Yeah, but you're not gonna lowball me, are you?
No,
'Cause I
that's
really need
not.
my money.
I got you. No, that is not my intention. I just wanted to just see if I am the right buyer for you. I don't buy every property. So if you had a moment, you have a few minutes so I can just get more information about the property.
Sure.
Okay. Eunice, why are you considering selling?
Well, I really need to move. Lost my job. So,
Hear that?
yeah, it kind of sucks. So I
Where are you
lost
trying
my
to move
job.
to?
Yeah, I'm trying to move to Arizona. I have family there, so it's been kind of hard for me in my industry to find a job. So I used to work at a restaurant which it closed down, so don't have that income anymore.
Mhm.
So
So
yeah,
you're
it's been
trying to
over a
move.
year.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait a minute, you lost your job within over a year?
yeah. I was
Oh,
trying
wow.
to find another job and trying to make the payments, but it just got too much. So yeah.
Okay. Now, how quickly are you trying to get back to Arizona ASAP?
Yeah, I need to move pretty quickly because
Okay.
my family, I got a place there. Really not gonna make it here. It's too expensive, number one. Number two, just struggling trying to get another job. So
Now, you mentioned, are you behind on your payments right now?
yeah.
By
Yeah.
how much?
Oh, I don't know. It's paying about 1,800 a month. So like I said, I haven't paid in over a year. So
Oh, you haven't made the payments. Okay, in over a year. Okay.
no,
And how long is your how much is your mortgage? I mean, total, the payout, do you know?
no, not really. I know I purchased it for like 400.
Mhm.
So
And you own the house for how long?
I've been in this house about 6 years.
Okay, okay. Now, as far as the condition of the home, have you done any updates in the last 5 years?
No, no, I
No,
haven't updated anything. So, I
since
mean,
you
the
lived
roof
there?
is good, but the HVAC's okay, but pretty much, haven't done anything in the kitchen, any of the bedrooms. Have carpet, which probably needs to be removed. Um, one of my bathrooms has a leak in it, so
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 10, of course, being pristine and one being, a total gut, well, where would you rate your home right now?
yeah, we're probably about a 5,
A 5?
4 or
Okay,
5. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Now, so now that I know that you need to move back to Arizona as soon as possible, what type of loan do you have? FHA, VA?
It's FHA.
FHA, okay. And you said you don't know how much left you have on your mortgage and that you're over a year behind of 1,800 times 12. So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. And now, have you considered listing this home with a realtor?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't have a job, so trying to pay closing costs and the things that it would take to fix it. I've had a couple people come in and I just don't have the cash for that. I just need to get out of it, to be
Right,
honest.
right. I know sometimes when you put it on the market, you can list it as is and still get a decent return, but
Yeah, I don't want
I
to adjust
haven't,
anybody. I just want to
yeah,
get out of it if I can, because I've had one agent listed and they aren't able to sell it. So, like I said, it's been almost a year. I really need to get out of here. So I got a job waiting on me in Arizona and I can live with my family so I can kind of start over.
right, right. Now, my business model is normally it's fixed upper, but by you already being in arrears of cash offer, I would not be the person for it. So that kind of eliminates me. But I do have another option as far as creative terms. Have you entertained that, or do you know anything about creative terms?
What's that? You're telling me you can't give me no cash?
Well, unfortunately, not because of two things. I have to pay, catch you up
Yeah, I
on
get
your
that.
back payments, and you have repairs that is needed on your property. And it seems like everything is probably needs to be updated. So that's going to be a big expense also. So there's a thing where I could take over your mortgage payments and get you caught up and make the repairs and get you up and going where it would not affect your credit. I mean, it may be affecting your credit now. However, a foreclosure would be very, very heavy on your credit. And I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
stop that and help repair your credit. And maybe I'm not sure yet because I haven't really crunched the numbers like I need to. And maybe I can get some money in your pocket so you can move to Arizona and start all over again and,
Cool.
um, you know, get
So you say you
back
could
on
take
your
over
feet
my payments?
of your existing mortgage and get you back caught up. And so that would help
Cool.
your credit
Yeah, yeah. Can
tremendously.
you give me about 5, 10,000 just so I can move, have a little money in my pocket?
That's all.
That sounds good. Yeah.
5,000. It's a
Yeah.
possibility. I have to run the numbers and just to see, as far as how much do you know by any idea how much your home can lease for the rents
Well,
in your
rents,
neighborhood?
yeah, the rents go pretty good around here. Like I have 4 bedroom, 2 bath, and I know my neighbor down the street, he rents his place for 3 grand.
Oh, 2 grand. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so yeah, I would definitely have to just know that and know the numbers. And I know that everything fixed up. Your home is probably worth around 500,000. And you said that you've been living in the home for what, 6 years now, making
Yeah.
payments. So you probably have a little equity, but by you being behind on your mortgage, then we can get that caught up for you, get your home repaired and everything. And then the deed will be, the title will be in my name, but the mortgage will still stay in your
What up,
name.
brother? Another day?
Yeah,
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah, man. It's gonna be a quick one for me today. Trying to get home and watch the Cowboy game.
so
Giants today.
that sounds good.
Yeah, so what we can do is, if you're interested, I can draw everything up so you can see everything in writing. And then if you everything sounds good and we can get some extra money in your pockets so you can move to Arizona as soon as possible, then we can get everything signed and sent to title ASAP. I feel like I'm missing something. How does that sound, Eunice?
That sounds good. I just
Is something in your voice? Do you have any questions for me, or did I explain
Yeah.
anything clearly? Or
I just want to make sure that you're gonna make my payments though. How do I know you're gonna
So-
make those payments?
well, what will happen is that I make it directly to your mortgage company, so you'll know if I don't make the payments. And if I don't make the payments, there is a performance mortgage deed that we will record or be sent to the title company. So if I don't make it, you get the house back, and everything that I put in the house, all the back mortgage, all of that will be done, and you'll be golden. I mean, that would be
Cool.
something that you probably will wish for, because you will be sitting on top, because your house will be fully repaired and you'll be caught up on all your mortgage. So that's something that I take very seriously. So that has not happened to me, and I don't plan on it to happen. But we do record, I don't know if it's recorded or not, but a performance mortgage deed to the title company. And then
Yeah.
that way, if I do not perform, then you will get everything back
Cool.
easily.
So you're saying you're gonna take over my payments and put some cash in my pocket, and I could just go
Yeah, you
just
can,
like that.
just like that. We will.
But how long will it take to do this? Because like I really wanna.
Once I get the contract signed, we go.
Hey, you guys ran out of time.
Okay.
Cool.
Did I miss? I feel like I missed something.
What do you feel you missed?
I don't know. It seemed like I should have asked her something else, or did I do the 4 pillars? I feel like I missed something.
I think, yeah, you did the 4 pillars.
Yeah,
You
you
didn't
did.
disqualify the other ways that they could sell or rent the house out, though.
I asked her about the realtor, but I didn't ask her about the tenant because she already mentioned that she didn't have any money to put in to repair it.
Well, you went from
Yeah.
cash to creative. That's what you did.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Yeah,
that was a
so-
no-no.
That's not how at least I train it. And here's a couple of reasons why. Because when you go cash, if you're gonna call somebody and somebody was interested in selling their hash, over here thinking about house, somebody would rather get cash, right? So if your cash offer doesn't make sense to them, they know that they can list it, and if they were to list it, the new home end buyer, that homestead buyer who might go get a mortgage, that mortgage company is going to cut a check, which is just as good as cash, right? So they would rather either sell it cash to a cash buyer or then go and list it on the market. Now, so it goes from cash, and then you ask them in whatever order if they would rather list it with an agent, right? And here's some other ways that we can overcome that too. Like, hey, would you rather list this with an agent? And maybe they say yes, maybe they say no. But in the scenario they say yes, I would normally respond myself, okay, so you're pretty cool putting in some money in there, getting it cleaned up and having people walk in and out of the property throughout the week, having to pay, sales commission and whatnot. So then they think about that. Maybe they decide, you know what, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather make a little bit more money by selling it to you. Or selling it another way, right? So then I would ask them next would be, so then how about you just put some money into this and rent it out? And you find out for X amount of reasons they can't do that, or they don't want to do that, or they're tired of being a landlord, is when you have a really good opportunity to go on terms. I've tried multiple ways in the beginning of my wholesaling and then learning creative financing. Once I learned creative financing, I would automatically go from cash to terms, and I would just waste a lot of time finding out that they would entertain it, and they would finally come up to me, and or they would finally, somebody would finally say, yes, I'm open to terms. What terms can you give me? And I remember that first time that somebody had said, I'm open to it. I went and called an experienced sub-2 student to help me out. And he had asked me those questions. Hey, ask them if, they would rather list it. And then if they say yes or no, if they say no to it, then ask them if they'd rather rent it out. And so I said, oh, okay. And when I called them back and said, yeah, they would rather list it. So I figured out that I waste a lot of time when I go from cash to creative. I find out they're open to entertaining because they never heard it, but in the end, they would rather just list it. So now I don't waste time. So the way that I structure the role plays is, yes, we stick to kind of like TTP, the 4 pillars: the motivation, the timeline, the condition, and the price. And once you get to talking about price, when you know that that price doesn't work for you, you should be at this moment, you should understand what your maximum allowable offer is. And right now, during this economy that's shifting, you shouldn't be doing your numbers at 70 to 80% of ARV. I talked to a lot of buyers. I'm a buyer. I just started buying stuff cash. I'm not really interested in buying cash at this moment because of the rates. But most buyers are buying right now at 50 to 60% of ARV because of the shift. And the only thing that's going up right now is the interest rates. So payments on houses are going to be so expensive, people can't afford them. So it's harder for people to fix and flip a house and get it off. And they're still paying hard money, right? So the way that we do it is we go through those 4 pillars. When you find out that it doesn't work cash, you confidently let them know. So if they're like, hey, I want to be at 200 and you really have to be at 130, I say, no, 200 doesn't work. I need to be at 130. Those are the numbers that work with me. If they say, oh, hell no, I can't get that close. Hey, how close to that number can you get to? And I'll just consider looking at it to see if it even works for me. But when you find out, hey, it's not a fucking deal, don't go and fold just because you haven't had somebody agree with you in a while. Don't go and come up to their price, even if it's 30, 40 grand. You want to know already what a deal looks like in today's time with the economy shift. Everybody was locking up deals in the beginning of the year. 80%, 90% of ARV, 95% of ARV. But they got used to that shit. They're still thinking that's going to fly. It's not flying. You have to learn to go 50 or 60%. That's going to be such a low number. A lot of people are not going to want to sell their house. That's why terms is the way to go. I teach it a lot right here. So when, let's say I'm like, hey, it doesn't work, I need to be at 130. They respond to me, hey, no, the most I'll go down from 200 is 180. No, I can't do this. Hey, have you thought about listing it? This is how I transition. Hey, I can't buy it. I'm going to let you know that I'm not going to be able to buy this. And then I ask them about listing it, go over the whatever reason they say no, cool, go and ask them to rent it out. Whatever reason they say no, then pitch your terms. And you find out you have good opportunity on the term section.
Well, Carlos, I have a quick question. She mentioned she was 12 months behind on her mortgage. So would you still go that route? No.
Yeah, because you went from cash when you heard that she had arrears, you kind of just declined.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
You
so
didn't
don't
even
do
really
that.
shoot the cash offer,
Oh,
because what if the house was worth 400,000, she only owed 150 and maybe had 50 grand in arrears.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying?
okay. Yeah.
So then what if
Okay.
there's $200,000 or 100,000 or $80,000 of equity?
Gotcha.
And just because you didn't go and in fact find a little bit more, you would have never known. Don't allow it to get confused because you don't know. Just continue the process. Remember, the game plan is motivation, timeline, condition, price. I go over it a lot. Right after I go over the motivation, I set expectations. And meaning right after I ask them, hey, what's got you considering selling the house? At some point after that, I'm usually like, hey, I just want to let you know I may or may not be the buyer. And you guys probably all heard me say this before. And my business model is I like to buy properties several ways, but I prefer to buy them cash. When I buy them cash, I look to fix and flip them. So I look for a little bit of a discount so I can put some money into it and make a profit. Now that you know that, would you rather list this on the market for market price, or are you willing to work with my type of business? And you're gonna find out right there and then if they would rather go list it, so you don't waste your fucking time, than trying to overcome it. Because it's not about overcoming or trying to convert somebody to sell the house. It's really about finding somebody who's first off open to selling their house, second, open to selling it to your business model. If not, get off the phone. I used to be in the car business. I used to have to train myself to force people not to leave. It's not like that no more. So for you to not get stuck and hung up on one deal, learn to get good so you have multiple deals. Otherwise, you just hold on to hope that you have something right here. And that's why we're going to train you to get good here, so that you don't have that
Mhm.
scarcity mindset where I just need to
Right.
worry about this one deal. Get me?
Yeah. Thank you.
It was in general too. I wasn't saying that to you, Ronnie. I was just saying it out there. But good job, Ronnie. You did a really good job doing the 4 pillars, asking the questions. It's about fact finding. So you did a good job.
Thank you. Thank you, Eunice.
Cool. Who's
Thanks,
next?
Ronnie.
Who
Hey,
is
Los, can I ask
next
you a
ready to
question real
rock?
quick?
Sure.
So, because you said that she didn't even go into the cash offer. So you're saying like, go in, ask them what their price is. And then if they decline, then ask them, hey, do you want to list it? Or have you tried to list it? And based on their answer, if they say no, then what do? You ask them why not?
No,
Or-
they're gonna tell you the reason why not. They're gonna tell you either yes, I am gonna list it, or they're gonna tell you no, I don't want to because it's a amount of reasons.
Okay, so then you went into, do you want to rent it?
Yeah. So you need to go through those before you go and pitch terms. I don't want to hear people come in here and practicing that they pitch terms right after cash, because what's going to happen is because you're practicing that way, it becomes like a subconscious habit. It's secondary. So when you're on the phone, when I'm not around, you're going to just repeat that action. I need you guys to break that habit and do it this way. So then it's secondary. So even when I'm not around, you still know how to do it the right way. I'm telling you the truth. You're going to get the best results if you do it this way. If not, you're going to waste a lot of fucking time just entertaining people to then find out. Now that sounded good and all. Thanks for the 2 or 3 days or 2 weeks of talking, but I'm just, you know what? I just listed it because you didn't want to find out. You didn't want to disqualify. You didn't want to ask the serious questions. Ask them up front so you know if you're not wasting your time. That's the goal here. You're just looking for somebody who's willing to work. Distress deals for wholesale. If it's not distress, maybe you can find out creative, but you want to rule out the other way so you know quickly if you're wasting your time or not. A lot of people waste their time, and that's why they get really frustrated, because in reality, you're not asking the right questions. So you're just entertaining somebody the entire time. And you might get on 10 calls like that, and it sucks ass, because in reality, you're not knowing right up front if they're going to work with your business model because you don't know how to present that.
Got it. Okay.
And another thing I didn't ask her about the other offers she was receiving. I forgot to ask her like what type of lowball offers she was receiving.
Yeah, those are all additional questions for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all cool,
Yeah.
cool extra questions you can, for sure. There's just simple structure that we have right here, and the simple structure. And all you got to do, get the 4 pillars: motivation, timeline, condition, price, set expectations. I may or may not be your buyer. Hey, my business model is I do this or that for cash. If not, would you rather list it? Then when you find out cash doesn't work, you go through the ways so they can sell it. Do you cash? If not, list it. If not, rent it. If not, then go terms. Right there, that's as simple as the business model is going to be. If you stick to it, you'll close deals. If not, try the way that you've been trying and see if that's going to work for you. Not in a bad way. I'm just trying to say that I've learned kind of how to ask questions up front, set expectations. So then down the road, when they're like, oh, well, you're offering me a low price. Remember in the beginning, I said I may or may not be your buyer, that it has to work with my business model. There's no surprises in the structure that I have right here. So many ways right here. You're going to find out a lot of good strategies right here. But I just want, let's see who's else is going to be a buyer on this round right here. Somebody jump up.
I'll do it.
Okay. So who's going to be a seller for me?
I got you, bro.
Okay, Mike, thanks. So, hey, Rafael, it's going to be like an ARV and Mike, 500,000, 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet. The build out's up to whoever, if you guys want to bring it up, because obviously we're not pulling up comps here, but you just pretend, go with it. And you guys have 10 minutes I'm gonna put it on a timer, and once I click time, you just try to use the sense of urgency. So try to go through the 4 pillars, try to set your expectations. I may or may not be the buyer, and then go through the ways that you can either try to buy it cash or help them list it, help them renovate and rent it, or pitch them terms. But just stick to those, okay?
Sweet. Let's get it.
Rafael, are you ready to rock?
Yep, let's do it.
All right,
Ring,
well, I'm gonna put
ring.
myself on mute. All right, go for it, guys.
Yo, hello.
Who's speaking? I forgot. Mike.
Yeah, this is him. How can I help you?
How you doing, Mike? So my assistant told me that you wanted to probably sell your property. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm open for offers. Yeah, it's not for sale, but I'm willing to entertain offers.
Oh, awesome. Well, also us, we don't really buy a lot of houses. We're kind of like picking on what we do. So, is it okay for me to ask you a few questions to see if we're a good fit for each other?
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so can you tell me like what's even got you thinking about selling?
You know, not really interested in selling, but for the right price. Just looking to I gotta relocate for my wife. She's moving across to Florida. So, it doesn't make any sense for me to hold this property. Just don't want to give it away.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
Did-
already have my eyes on another property over there. I just, I just don't have the extra cash.
You don't have the extra cash. Okay. All right. So you're looking for the right price. So have you been getting any offers already, man?
Oh yeah, I got a shit ton of low offers.
Low offers. What do you mean?
$200,000 cash. The fuck do I look like selling it? I don't want to give it away. So
No, absolutely. Yeah, it happens often. That's really like what 90% of all investors do, but we work a little different. Tell me, what would be the right price? Because you did mention you would sell it for the right price. What would that right price be?
right price. It's worth about 500. I'd like to get about 480 cash. But you tell me what you got.
Well, like I said, the best way, the way we do business is really, if I were to give you a cash offer, it's gonna be around the same ballpark that the other guys give you. Well, I do buy properties in a different way, which would be, giving you your price as long as we get the terms that we need. Does that make sense?
Yeah, talk to me.
Awesome. So you
Time's a
said you wanted
ticking.
say again?
Time's a ticking.
Awesome. Okay. So all right. You said that you wanted for 180K. That's really no problem. It would just have to fit the criteria that we would we would be making money on, obviously. Either cash or terms. Our goal is to make money, right? And your goal is to kind of move to Florida and all that good stuff. So 480 is doable, but what do you think? If I were to give you 480 on terms, how would that make you feel?
I have no idea what the hell terms are. I want cash.
So cash, okay. Cash.
How much cash are you gonna give me for this property? It's in original condition. It probably needs I wouldn't say a shit ton of work, but it's got a pretty good roof on it. It's probably about 5 years old. The AC unit is a brand new 4-ton. It's a great AC unit. It's brand new. Don't have to worry about it for the next 20 years. It's got all original flooring, countertops. I got a new microwave. That's about it. So it's probably a
Okay.
perfect property for you. It's a great fixer upper.
Okay, I see. Well, cash offer doesn't really make sense because I would be also at 200K. So the other way that we can do it is through terms. And
200K. That's all you got. You can't give me any more cash.
unfortunately, no. That's the only way that I can feed my employees.
Right. So the property's worth 500K. You can't give me any more cash than 200. It's gonna take you 300,000.
Honestly, if people giving you 200K, I'm surprised they're even giving you that much. Because sometimes people go lower than that. That's what I've been seeing lately. They go somewhere around the
Okay.
150, 180. So I'm kind of surprised they even gave you that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking to get more than that. I'm
Awesome.
looking to get up at least 400s.
Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't look like I'm your buyer, but if I can help you in any other way, I'd be happy to do so. Maybe guide you in the right directions. I have a lot of connections and all that good stuff. Like I said, for 200K would be around the mark that I would be at as loan cash. On terms, I could definitely like match your number if you're open to that.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me more.
Awesome. So the way that it would work is that I become the bank, right? There's gonna be no agent involved or whatnot, or that 6%, it would still be within us. And essentially what would happen is that every month I would give you a monthly payment for the property.
Okay.
Does that make
So
sense?
you said you become the bank.
Correct.
Okay. Huh. Hey, as long as you're able to give me 450, I don't care what you do.
Awesome. I like that. So how, if I were to give you that money today, right, is that what's kind of like your timeline? Are you ready to move right now? And sign the
I'm ready
contract
to move.
today?
I'm ready to move like yesterday.
I like that. Okay, so how about this? I'm gonna tell my assistant to send you the agreement, and she'll answer any questions that you have, and if you need to talk to me for any other reason or whatnot, we can definitely make a schedule an appointment. You can always do that through her. And then let's try to do business.
So you're done, huh? You ain't gonna tell me anymore. How what are you giving me? What are my payments like?
That I don't know. I have to go back to my assistant about it. And kind of see what the numbers would look like. What's your PITI, by the way?
So right now, I'm paying about 1,200 for my mortgage for everything. I still owe about $110,000.
$110,000. Okay. All right. 1 second. All right. Okay. Sounds good. If I have any other questions, can I get back to you maybe tomorrow?
Sounds about right.
All right, man.
So
I'm gonna take this information and I'll give you a call tomorrow to see if how that payment structure is gonna be for your liking. All right.
okay, buddy.
All right, man. See you later, Mike.
Thanks. Sorry, I wanted to close today, sir.
Damn. All right. Well, yeah, I just didn't know what questions to ask regarding the turns part. I haven't done my my part on that. I know to ask about PITI, how much you owe, and besides that, I don't really know if there's anything else, so that's it. Any feedback?
No,
Carlos, you're on mute.
Nice. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, so like a lot of sellers don't know what PITI means. You can just let them know, like, hey, what's your monthly payment? That goes with the principal, interest, tax, and insurance. But yeah, so here's one thing too. When you don't fully understand how to explain terms, it's best to kind of just go over like what it is, like the basics of it, and then say, hey, I'll bring in my acquisitions manager or my partner, so to go ahead and explain that's what he does, or whatever, because you're gonna confuse the shit out of them. And like
Yeah.
there's 3 reasons why people don't purchase properties on terms. It comes down to just 3 reasons. It's really because they need a certain amount of money. So like if it doesn't work with you, it's because the amount of money down they need is higher than it's gonna work for you on terms. So right off the bat, it's either because they need more money than you can give them down, or simply because they just don't want to do it. Or the last one is because the person who explained it to them didn't know how to explain it. You need to be crystal clear when it comes to terms. Shit, and you have
How would you say it, Carlos? Can you tell me yours?
how I pitch terms?
Yes.
Yeah, very simple. So like I stated too. So first, also like there's a lot of other things we needed to go through the 4 pillars in there: the motivation, the timeline, condition, the price. You didn't give them the cash offer really. You need to walk through those cash offers. Even you know how he's at 480. Well, one big thing we like to do here is we set expectations. I may not be the buyer depending on my business model. If I buy it cash, I look to fix and flip. I look for a little bit of a discount, so then I can make money on top. If not, I have other ways of buying it. You find out it's 480, right? So you had told them, hey, remember, I may or may not be the buyer. I can't buy it cash. I'm the homestead. I'm not the homestead buyer. I'm an investor. I won't be able to make money, right? So then you go ahead and pitch your offer. If his offer is right there, you then go ahead and pitch your legitimate offer, which you know where it needs to be. With today's age, everybody who's buying as an end buyer, if you're not a real end buyer, you should know your end buyer's buy criteria and what they're actually paying on the market right now, because most end buyers are now buying shit at 50 to 60% of the market value. So what you do is you confidently pitch the number that you need to, kind of like how he did pitch like a low ass number, 200, which is less than 50%, like 40%. So I think it could have gone higher. I mean, the guy acted like the guy knew what the market was, so he wasn't obviously going to drop it from $100,000. But the reality is, you go and look for the market is $500,000, 50 to 60% of that market price minus the ARV, and that's what you have to actually pitch that number. So 1, you're actually pitching a number that actually makes sense, that's going to work for you or your end buyer, and 2, so you're practicing that. So then that practice becomes permanent. So you adjusted yourself now on the phone. Instead of getting nervous, you confidently know exactly where your maximum allowable offers are. Oh, around the market price, no matter what the story is, no matter, because they're telling you, I want this much, I want this much, I want this much. Don't allow your emotion to control you over the phone. You're going to lose yourself. Stand in control, stand firm. Remember this, stick to the game plan. The game plan is to get a deal that makes sense for you and your business. Now, for wherever you are in your level of business, some people can pay more than you and all around because they're a little bit more experienced. Always lock up deals what you know that works for you at least, or maybe your friends or your end buyers, because that's what you know, right? Mm-hmm. It's not too hard, but it's just I want you guys to get into repetitive action of practicing it correctly, and then you do it the right way, and you guys literally in 3-4 days, you guys start to close more deals. You start to find out the leads didn't get any better. You just went from being basic to being very experienced on the phone is all what happened. So it could be the same leads that you think are bad leads, but in reality, if you're sloppy and you have no structure and you don't know what you're doing, how do you expect to close deals if you might know everything about wholesale and creative financing, but you just forgot the most important thing is how to feed yourself, how to close deals. People forget that shit. They go and study all they want about wholesaling, every strategy about it, innovation. They go and study how to do sub 2, everything about it, how to perform. What they don't go and study or do is learn how to fucking get on the phones and get better. So how are you going to feed yourself? You can't even do all these strategies because you don't even know how to close a deal. That's what people need to do, is learn how to close a deal. So then you can use everything else you have. I have to start learning to do short-term, long-term rentals, all these other things.
Awesome. How do you do your term?
I relate a lot of things to the car business. So when I pitch terms, I go from already gone from cash to, hey, why don't you list this, to, hey, why don't you put money in this and rent it out? And when I find out that doesn't work, I don't just ask an open-ended question like, hey, would you sell it to me on terms, so they can say no? I say, the only way that I can purchase it at this price is when I buy it on terms. Carlos, what is terms? It's very simple. It's like when you go to the car dealership and they ask you for some money down and you make some payments over time. What I do though, at first is I don't say money down. I just say payments over time. But what you'll do is it's very simple. It's payments over time, kind of like going to a dealership, right? You go there, you find a purchase price, and then you're making monthly payments over that time. Sometimes most of the time they're gonna bring up a number. But the reason why you're gonna want to structure it like the car business this way makes it easier is because sometimes when we explain, hey, we can pay more if you allow me to just make payments over time, and they ask you for a down payment, sometimes they're asking for like 50, 60, 70% of the purchase price. It doesn't make sense. So a way that I've learned to structure the question so they don't ask for that much is kind of putting them in a place where they remember where they were when they bought their house or their car. So I'll say, yeah, it's kind of like when they had said, oh, so kind of like a car, you put some money down, right? So then I go like this, yeah. So now I'm structuring it so they don't ask for a lot of money down. So I'm gonna be like, yeah, kind of like in the car business where they ask you for, I don't know, $3,000 to $5,000, give you 3, 5, 7 years, or like a mortgage where they're asking you, I don't know, for 10, 15, 20%, and they're giving you 30 years on it, right? It just depends, but that's what it is. Are you open to that? Boom, like that. That's how I move into it. And then if they decide, what do you mean? Can you explain it more? You can kind of explain it more, right? But that's pretty much as simple as it is. It's as simple as exactly how you're making payments on your car right now, or the house that you're living in, exactly in the same way. You're just the bank. It shouldn't be that hard, but if you don't, what happens is when we're not clear, and somebody doesn't know this, and it's very new, it's very hard to understand it, especially when you're not clear. And another thing, when you're not clear and you sound like you don't know what you're talking about, they can catch that and they don't feel confident going with what you're saying because you also don't sound very confident. The way you close a deal or you get things done is when you transfer certainty. Like basically how you transfer certainty to somebody is basically your confidence in knowing what you're doing, and confidence comes from knowing how to do things. So the better you get at doing stuff, the more confident you get, just probably like at anything you got good at some point you got confident at it. So then when you talking to somebody on the phone, like how I am, it sounds like Carlos knows what he's talking about. I like it. Yes, I'm willing to do it, because the entire time I was transferring certainty that I know what I'm doing. Yes, this is what we do. This is how you do it. You do this. No, I can't do it this way. The whole time I'm sounding like I'm proficient. I've done this before. It's not my first rodeo. When we're studying, we're breaking it up. We don't have 100% like confidence in our voice. All of that is going to question me being an experienced person. If I hear a salesman trying to sell me something and they're not on it, I'm going to question them. I'm going to question if they're telling me the truth or not. Right. But if you learn to get confident and transfer that confidence, you transfer that certainty, you're going to get the deal done. Every time I do this, I haven't been asked for a long time for proof of funds. Even people are like, how do you overcome the EMD? When I was like, I bought a home from a realtor, and usually they're like, oh, I want like 10 grand or 1%. I gave them like $250 because I told them, hey, that's all I have. I bought so many other properties. It doesn't even matter. I'm buying the house. It just needs to validate it. I'm like the one buying it this way. Do you think I would pull out of this deal? I'm the only one that actually gave you a deal like this. Everybody else gave you a low ball cash offer. I transfer the confidence too. They get it done. It doesn't matter. People think that they can't do shit like that. That's because you're just limiting yourself.
All right. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate it.
No problem. In general as well. I'm not just saying it to you. All right. One more person, and then I'll get into live calls.
I'll go real quick, Carlos.
I'll be the buyer too.
Okay. Who wanted to be the buyer first?
It don't matter to me. I could be buyer or seller.
All right, wait, you went first. I guess you're gonna go first then. You're gonna be the buyer. So I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. You know the ARV is 500 grand, 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,000 square feet. That's up to you to bring it up. So then who else was the one who spoke up? Cameron? All right, then Cameron, you'll be the seller, and then you guys will switch off, okay?
Let's run it.
All right, go for it.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hello, Cameron?
Yes. May I ask who this is?
Yeah, hey, how's it going, Cameron? My name is Jesus. I was just giving you a quick call today to talk to you in regards about your property on 123 Main Street.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 Main Street. Okay, yeah. What
Yeah,
about
hopefully I didn't catch you at a bad time. You got a couple minutes to talk about it?
Yeah, I got about 10. Kind of busy, but you caught me at a decent time, so shoot your shot.
Awesome. That's all I need, brother. Appreciate you working with me. So, you know, first of all, you know, first and foremost, what's got you thinking about selling the property here?
Well, I really wasn't contemplating on selling it, but I know I've been hearing a lot of the market's pretty hot, so figured I might look and see what I can get for it. Just me and my wife now, so we, can afford to downsize. We had a family, but everyone's gotten older and moved away, so we can afford to downsize. I wouldn't mind some of that extra money in the accounts, if you know what I'm saying.
Got you. So kind of, downsize and take a little vacation with the wife, sounds like.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, based on what you tell me, could you kind of walk me a little bit through the property? How's it looking? And is it a primary or is it a rental?
It's a primary. It is a primary.
Okay, so I'm betting you got that thing in good shape, huh?
Yep, primary. Yep. We it's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 3-bath.
2-bed or 3-bath?
2-bath. 4-bed.
2-bath.
2-bath. Yeah, 4-bed, 2-bath. Like I said, it's just me and the wife now. So we obviously stay in the master, and the other 3 rooms are actually vacant because everyone the kids have moved out. So
Right.
really good shape. No animals. So just
Well, at least you got the wife, man. I bet it can get a little lonely being alone in the house. So, at least you got that. So has there been any remodeling or renovations in the past 5 years?
In the past 5 years, only thing we've really done is kind of changed up the dining room a little bit, painted the kitchen. We added a backsplash to the kitchen. And then, we just updated some of the lights in the house. Those nice light bulbs you can get at Costco, or you can customize and change the color off your phone. We just put some of those in, and that's about it.
All right, awesome. Sounds good. So how's the kitchen and the bathrooms? Have they been updated at all, or are they still, in the original condition?
The master bathroom is completely remodeled. Actually, I failed to mention that. But master bathroom is completely remodeled. We do have a rain shower head that we put in there. A nice new toilet, one of the taller ones. We put a new ottoman in, for the sink.
Yeah. Okay. And is there any work that the house is gonna need at all?
The only thing that it's turnkey. It would be good to move in ready. I guess it just depends on what your preference is. The wood on the floors could be redone. Just maybe restained, but because it is about 20 years old. But other than that, it's nothing much. It is move in ready.
Okay, and all the mechanics, the water, electric, plumbing, all that's fine.
Yeah, actually, we did just recently go solar. That was one thing.
Solar. Okay.
Yeah, we did just recently put some solar panels on our house. Try to cut back on those electricity bills.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, based on what you're giving me, do you have, I know this is your primary, so do you have another property lined up that you would be able to go to, or somewhere that you would go to if you sold this?
Yeah, no. So we do have some options. We do have a couple options. We've looked at just relocating, down to Florida or whatever the case may be, maybe in the West Coast. We haven't really quite decided. But yeah, we got a place to go in the meantime until we do decide. Like I said, it really just kind of depends on what the offer is, because if the offer is good enough, it's kind of going to depend on where we move, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, 100%. So, just a quick little question. Are those solars paid off? Because I know they can get a bit pricey.
No, not completely, man. We've only had them for about 5 years. I think our total system cost about $30,000. We got a nice tax credit, so I think we owe about 15 on it, maybe 15,000.
Okay, okay. And how much are you? Well, I guess we'll get to that pretty soon here. So, okay, so you pretty much, just kind of want to downsize, from my understanding, and you have somewhere else that you would be lined up to go. So is it safe to say that you'd be ready to get out of there within 30 days, or you kind of need some time to pack up?
No, 30 days would be suffice, I think. Yeah, like I said, we've got a place to go already at ready, you know what I'm saying? So our daughter lives real close, so we'll just go crash with her, you know what I'm saying? 18 years of her living with us, she can deal with 2 months, you know what I'm saying? So
Got you. Yeah, I got you for sure.
but yeah, within 30 days we can be out.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, so Cameron, I'm looking here. I'm trying to compare apples to apples. Have you been keeping up with your market at all? I mean, do you know what you can get for it, or did you have a price in mind of what you wanted to get for it?
Now I know that my neighbor down the street, just recently sold his house for about 430,000, right? And I
Okay,
estimated, roughly with our solar system and just the condition of our home personally, the yard is pretty nice. Everything that comes with it, I would say about another 15,000. So we were looking to be estimating about 450 to 440. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in that rough area. I'm not too familiar with the market, right? I'm just just doing some numbers in my head, but
got you. No, yeah, that makes sense. So, basically, how I like to look at things. I just kind of want to set the tone from here. I might or might not be your buyer here. But there are, various ways that I purchase properties other than cash. As far as a cash offer goes, I don't think this would be a good deal for as far as cash goes, because normally I try to look for properties that need renovation or remodeling, so I can make, some cash on my end as well. So with that being said, for a cash offer, to be quite honest with you, Cameron, I mean, I'm gonna have to shoot you in the gut with this one, man. And I'm gonna have to be in, the 225s, 250s, just because I know you do have the solar panels. Excuse me, I am gonna have to take that into consideration as well. Let me ask you this: do you have a mortgage, or is it free and clear?
it is free and clear, man. It is free and clear.
Okay,
Man, that was
beautiful.
a shot in the gut though. 225 now, man.
Yeah, I know it hurts, man. I know it hurts, but guess what? Unfortunately, I'd love to buy every property that I come across. I just can't. With this market and everything, I can't be as bold as I used to be. I got to be a little bit more on the conservative side. So, that's just kind of how I'm playing things. Again, me as an investor, I got to make these things work out for me as well, right? So I understand that cash offer, it was a real gut check. That's just where the market's going right now, and that's just where I have to be as far as a cash offer. Now, that doesn't completely rule me out as a buyer all on its own. I do purchase properties in other ways. One way that I can, come up more liking to your asking, I can purchase this on terms. I'm not sure if maybe that's something that you've heard about or you'd be open to.
Terms. I honestly have not a clue in the world what you're talking about. I'll be completely
Yeah,
honest.
that's perfectly fine. Before I even get to that, let me just ask you two quick questions. Why don't you? I know you're trying to get the most out of it. Why don't you just kind of list it with the realtor if you're ready to get out of there?
Hmm. You know, I think that may or may not be the direction I should take. Just seeing as I like you, I want to get top dollar for it, and I know that you investors, I respect it. It's a grind, it's a hustle. You got to make your money.
Right.
But I do. This is my retirement now, so I gotta feed my family as well. So I need to try to get as much as I can for it. You know what I'm saying? And I also can't
Right.
sell all those memories for $220,000. You know what I'm saying? It's just doesn't make sense.
No, yeah, I definitely understand you, man. I bet you got some beautiful memories in that house, so that's completely understandable. So another alternative you can go with is why don't you just kind of put the money that it needs and just kind of rent it out.
Well, you know, because sadly, I still got some of the girls, you know, college tuitions to pay off, and I'm not too thick with money, if you know what I'm saying. I don't have, lots of money right now to just pour into it because, we are older folk and we've seen what these newer
Right.
houses do renovate for, so and what they need to be up to and what they need to look like, and that's just not currently in our budget.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, honestly, Cameron, I do want the best outcome for you. That's ultimately the reason why I called you, because I just kind of want to brainstorm with you, see if we can come to a consensus. Obviously, I already rolled myself out as a cash buyer. That wouldn't make any sense for you. So it would be, no meaning for me to go anywhere further with that. With that being said, I'd like to go, another way I purchase properties, like I told you, is in terms. Now, what I mean by that, I know you don't understand, So the best way that I can explain it to you is just payments over time. That's the simplest way I can paint the picture for you. It's kind of like when you go to a dealer, you know, and you finance a car, you do payments over time over X amount of years. It's pretty much that's the exact same thing.
Okay. Okay. So what you're telling me is it's like buying a car, right? And okay, so when it's like buying a car, so you pay me over time. Okay, so what are my payments over the month? First off, right? And then like, isn't there you don't when you typically buy cars, you put some sort of down payment down, right?
Yeah, so that can all be worked out as well. So let me ask you this, Cameron. Do you know, I know it's your primary, but would you happen to know what your rental rates are in that area?
Yeah, you know what? They actually, believe it or not, just went up. The rents around here about $1,800 a month.
Okay, 1,800. And let me ask you, how much are you paying for that solar?
Oh, the solar is only about $110 a month.
110 a month.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so basically how this would work, you know, Cameron, is I know you said the rental rates are 1,800. So pretty much how this would work out for me, I would just have to cash flow, meaning whatever I give you monthly would just have to be less than what I can rent it out for. Does that make sense?
Okay, so we have less than what you rent. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So with that being said, I also have to, I know you don't have a mortgage, right?
No. Yeah, we own this free and clear.
Okay, so pretty much the only thing that I would have to take into account is that $110 a month with the solar, unless that's something that you would want to be paying.
No, no. We plan on leaving it there. You know, we've heard
Right.
it's best to keep it there.
Right, exactly. So, you know, with that being said, I would have to take that $110 a month payment. So, you know, with everything being said, what would be comfortable with you monthly?
Well, so you said you do have to make some money, so
Right.
I mean, I think I would be fine with about, 1,300.
1,300. Okay, so, you know, I'm just doing some quick numbers here in my head. So if the rental rate is 1,800 and I give you 1,300, that leaves me with 500. I still have to pay your 110 for your solar, so that would leave me with 390. Do you see why that wouldn't work out for me, Cameron?
Yeah, no, I do. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly, brother. So I still have to cash flow, right, in order for this to work out. So let's do this. Let me just, you know, trying to run some scenarios. So knowing now that you know, I have to cash flow, right? So it wouldn't make sense for me to come up to your price and give you a high amount, you know, monthly. It's kind of like, you know, you can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. You got to work with me on the terms. So knowing this now, what would be, you know, the least amount that you could work with me on the monthlies?
So, out of curiosity, you plan on putting some money into it to, get some more money out of it? Like, I'm saying, like, to maybe, are you planning on renting this out, or are you gonna?
I mean, whatever deems most fit for me, Airbnb, short term, long term, you know, I do it all. So whatever I seem fit in the moment, you know, I'll just go with that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd be willing to come down to about, 850, about 850. Yeah, 850 sounds fine to me.
850. Okay.
850, yeah.
Okay, so bear with me. I'm just doing some quick math here with you. Okay. So if we can do 850, I would still take over your solar panel payments. That'd be okay with you?
Yep.
Okay, 850 a month. And you know exactly how, going back to the car finance, you know how they usually have an X amount of terms, you know, how long did you want this to be?
Mm, well, we are older. I like the money, sooner rather than later. So, because yeah, we are gonna be financing this. Damn. Okay, that makes sense.
Right. And I mean, just keep in mind, Cameron, normally with this dipping market, I like to be right now at 7 to 10 years. That's just the minimum for me, especially with this dipping market. There's no way that I would be able to balloon you or cash out refi in like 2 to 3 years because we're just going down and down, brother.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the down payment first. How about the down payment? I need to see. I need to hear something. So, what would we be able to do for down payment? Because I'm gonna need something down.
Okay, well, let's, what are your goals with that money?
Well, I do got to move somewhere new, so I'm gonna have to, maybe look into maybe finding something smaller. Like I said, we've already looked into finding something smaller. We did want the money up front, but I guess it's something better over time. I guess to have payments. Um, I think the most we would do right now, by the way, on the terms is about 7 years.
7 year term.
Yeah. Seeing as we're about 52, I'm getting older now. Still want to experience the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand you. Okay, so how much do you really need down? I know you just kind of want to get out of there and move on to the next chapter of you guys' lives. So how much is that looking like?
Okay, well, typically when they sell houses, on the market, it's about 20%, right? Or
I mean, yeah, typically, but I get allocated funds, so I have private money lenders as well, so I have to take that in consideration also.
okay, okay. So how about can we agree on maybe 15%, maybe 10%, 15% down?
I could do 10, yeah. I mean, let me see what. So I guess I did kind of drop the ball a little bit, Cameron. So I'm gonna backpedal a little bit. So what I mean, if I could even come up to your price, what would that be? Because I know for a cash, I'd be extremely low.
Oh well, I mean, I thought we were still talking on terms. We were going to say my asking price off originally, right?
And what was that again? Remind me.
About 450, 460, some 440, 460, somewhere in there. Just because of the solar panels.
Right, yeah. Okay, so could you maybe work with me and I can come up in price, but I'm no I'm no guru either. So if I did, so one of two things can happen here, Cameron. I can either come up to your price and I would need a significantly low extended term, or you can work with me on the price and we can work with your length of terms. So do you want to do, I can do, maybe we can do 380 to 400 and then we'll work on your terms. What do you want?
Okay, let's. What are your terms then? What would your terms be? Well, what length are you looking for?
So if I was at the 380, then I would
Hello?
if I was gonna come at your 450, I definitely need more time, 10 plus. Because like I said, you can't have your cake and eat it at the same time, right? If I'm gonna come up to your price, you gotta work with me also.
Right. I couldn't hear you for a second there, man. Your mic kind of went out, or your phone. I think you maybe lost service. It was kind of rough hearing you for about a second there.
Can you hear me better now?
Yep. No, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, so I was just saying again, going back to you can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. You got to work with me here. So
okay, what would your terms be?
So are we going based off the 380 purchase price?
No, we'd be going off of my purchase price.
So 450. So for me to come up that high, I would at least have to be 2025.
20 to 25 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, especially with everything that's going on, man. And I mean, it's not looking any prettier. So it just seems like we're downshifting.
Right. Okay. Okie dokie. All right. Let's hear the other option now. What if we were to do, obviously, I want my money. I think it's worth, about 450,000, right?
Right.
But I mean, what's the closest, I mean, I know you're an investor, you have to make your money. Fair enough. I understand, but I need mine as well, like I mentioned earlier. So what can we do? I'm not looking for 20, 25 years. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
can't do that long. I am looking for something shorter. I'm willing to negotiate maybe a little bit longer than 7.
Right.
But how much further down are you trying to go on the price? Like I need between like maybe 7 to 10 years is the most I'm willing to do on the terms, and I don't think I'm budging at least under 430.
Okay. So how about this, Cameron? We'll do 425. We'll be at 425. We'll do 25 down with the 10-year term and 850 a month, like you asked.
Okay. Now, okay. Now I'm gonna be completely honest with you right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, originally, I wasn't expecting you to pitch me a 10-year term. Okay. So,
Right.
I might need some more money, up front. I was expecting, maybe a 5 to 7 years shorter. You know what I'm saying? So I was willing to accept a little lower payments, but I mean, how negotiable are we on that 850? Could we maybe bump that up to maybe 950 to 1,000? Are we good there? Or?
I mean, what's more important to you, Cameron? The down payment or your monthlies? So if I'm gonna raise your monthlies, I'm gonna have to come down on the down payment.
Okay.
So what's more important to you? Because we could structure it right here, right now, that would work out for me. So it just ultimately be if that would work out for you.
No, you know what? I think we're fine with that. I think the 25,000 down will be more beneficial. 850 a month.
Okay. So just to recap, Cameron,
Yes, sir.
we'll be doing a 425 purchase price, 25K down, and I'm going to be giving you $850 a month over a 10-year span.
Okie dokie. Now,
Yeah.
no, the
Yeah.
one thing we are missing is I'm curious to know. I definitely want, since I am financing this, I'm gonna want some interest tacked into here. 10 years is quite a long time. That's something that we haven't really talked about.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, remember what I said to you in the beginning about the whole, the market and everything. It just interest is just gonna kill the deal. So, I really don't like to get into interest just because like I said, if I'm able to come up to your price, right? That's what I'm basically I'm accommodating for that. So, with that being said, interest it would just be a deal killer here ultimately, Cameron.
Okie dokie. Now, just to clarify on my end, so I can, maybe relay this message to the wife. It's 425 total, right?
So I mean, to go based off of what you said for the interest, I mean, I wouldn't mind, giving you an extra 10 grand off the top, just because, I do tend to try to avoid those interests. They're deal killers, man.
Okay. So then we'd be looking at what, about 435 total price then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still the same terms.
Okay, so 435 total purchase price, right? Okay. Now I'm liking this more. I like this one a lot more. Okay.
Yeah.
So 435,000 down or up or total, right? 25,000 down. 10-year term, 850 a month.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me, Cameron. How does that sound to you?
I think that sounds pretty good to me. I am pretty much the sole decision maker around here, but you know how it is. You don't want to
Right.
these kind of decisions without some second opinion from the significant other. So let me run this number. Let me run this by the wife.
Yeah, definitely. So let's do this, Cameron. So because like you said, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. So how about the next time we set up a phone call, we'll get her on a 3-way, and then we'll all discuss the same thing we just discussed. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's actually pretty
All right.
good. Okay, absolutely.
All right, brother. So then that way she can't hound you when you guys are alone,
Right, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not missing some information, and I'm not saying
Right.
numbers. You know what I'm saying, bro. You're the professional here, so I like it.
Right. Awesome, brother. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna draft this up. I'm gonna have my my team send it over to you via email. What's your best email,
My best email is going to be Cameron, and then
Cameron?
at yahoo.com. Yes, sir.
Cameron@yahoo.com. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna send this over to you, Cameron. Keep an eye out for your email. As soon as you get it, or actually as soon as I send it, I'll text you. And then we can set up something through text with your wife, and then that way you guys can actually have something written in stone.
Right. Okie dokie. Perfect. And then one more time, brother. What'd you say your name was? And then what's the email I should be looking for? Like the email in my box, just so it doesn't go to junk.
Yeah, so the email is gonna be coming from Left Coast Buyers.
Sweet. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Cameron. So I'll get that over to you ASAP. I'll text you as soon as that's done. And then we'll be jumping on a phone call with your wife here soon.
All righty, brother. I appreciate your time, man.
All right, brother. I appreciate your time and energy. You take care, okay?
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Cut. So all the new people who are in here, what do you guys think about that kind of call? How do you think he did? Take yourself off the mic. I want to hear some people.
Great. You did really good. I tried not to be like super hard, but I definitely tried to give you some pushback, and you definitely executed really good. I like that. Good shit, bro.
What about everybody else? Who else has some feedback? What do you guys think?
I felt like it sounded great. I felt like it made me realize how much I have to learn, to be honest.
What else? Who else has some feedback? What do you guys think about that phone call? How do you think he did?
That's good stuff.
You sounded great, man. You sounded real great.
When I met Jesus, he was a lead generator, just bringing leads to somebody else's business a few weeks ago. Just bringing leads. Now you guys are like, holy fuck, who is this guy, right? That's what happens when I teach you my structure here and I show you the right mindset. He was a lead generator, now he's a fucking closer, right? He was able to go through the steps, went through everything, sounded confident, transferred certainty. That's because he practices too. He's running the morning meetings. He's waking up early, reading and studying, how I was telling you guys about the mindset. He's learning to put in more work and more effort than people who are naturally talented and gifted. And through time, he started to progress and start doing much better. And now a lot of people are like, wow, he sounds fucking crazy. I could put him in literally, there's a lot of people even in sub 2 who don't know how to do this, who don't know how to be this confident or know how to structure themselves on the phones. And I can guarantee you a lot of the people in the powerhouse can compete with some sub 2 students, TTP students, just because of the way that I teach this exact structure. And I teach you guys with confidence. I just wanted to hear his feedback because he's fairly new and he wasn't actually like a wholesaler all the way. He was just a lead generator when I met him a few weeks back.
Let's go.
Go, Jesus. That's my boy.
You killed it.
What I would add, when it looks like you almost lost them, just make sure when you throw a long term out there that you're gonna say that you're gonna balloon them out earlier than 25 years to make them feel more comfortable.
Gotcha. 100%.
That's the only thing different.
I didn't hear that part. What was that?
He was just saying that I could always give him that pretty much like that comfort of, okay, like I can balloon you out at the end of the term, if that's your concern.
Yeah.
Before the end of the term.
Yeah.
Like,
what did you think, Jason?
That's gonna be your goal anyway. So.
Yes, sir.
Good job, Jesus. Good job.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
Good shit. Let's get into some
Very good.
Get into some real live calls. This is where it gets fun.
I've got one you can call. I got one you can call. Fire guy. He's good.
Fire. All right, cool. Ooh, send me the info. So just text it to me or even in the side chat. So because we post this stuff on YouTube, and I noticed that I say sometimes a lot of the like addresses out loud and stuff. Maybe not say the whole thing, but I don't think the name really matters. But just text me over the address or the number.
Actually, I've got 2 of them. But yeah, I'll send it to you right now.
Oh, okay, Mike, you got this right here.
All right.
Yes, sir. That one's Danny Bristol. Shouldn't even say his name. Danny B.
It's all Gucci because as long as we don't give it like all the same information together. Like I said a
It's
name
like-
and just text me the address. Or now I'm not gonna say the address out loud, you know.
It's all good. He's getting closed anyways.
Yeah, Danny B currently processed. Moving into new building in about 2 weeks. Okay. Moving in is not contingent upon selling the property. Is it gonna receive the most money? Oh, he has it listed right now? Okay.
Yeah, he's got it listed for 31 days. He told me, he's not worried about those other people calling him, lowballing him because, he knows he can get the most and it's probably going to be terms. So he's open for terms. He's not in a hurry to sell. He's moving into the other property in 2 weeks, so it should be a good fit. Maybe upwards of 500K, 480 for terms. Who knows? 7 to 8 year balloon.
Whatever. We'll see what's up right now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let me go ahead.
You gonna
What
do
is-
yours?
Do you want to go with yours first?
Yeah,
I think
this
Gio
one's
wants,
up.
Gio wants to be
mine.
yeah, go with yours since Gio's he's gonna do his first live seller call. Usually I do live calls. It's up to anybody, you can do them, but typically I do them. But Gio has a deal he's working on, and Gio's also a seller as well. Just let you guys know, I'm buying his house. He's never been in real estate. He's been one of our students here for like 4 or 5 weeks, and he's working on buying his first house, either wholesaling it or getting on sub 2, so I can either buy it or something. But he's working on his first own deal that he got through his own lead generation. He learned how to do it here, learned all his training here. So we have a lot of testimonies as people come in and out. Well, I'll bring them up, but Gio's gonna go ahead and make his first live seller call here.
Hey,
Let's
Josh,
do it.
can you get somewhere where your Wi-Fi is better? Oh shit, he faded out.
He said, "Fuck you."
He ghosted.
Yeah. Hey, Jesus, good shit, man. Super proud of you, bro. You kicked ass, man. I feel confident whenever my favorite saying, my favorite quote is that it's best to be prepared and not have an opportunity than have an opportunity arise and you not be prepared. That when opportunities come, somebody around you who could be super busy and working so hard, just creating so much value that he's getting an influx of leads, might not be able to handle it all. And maybe the people who are in proximity of him, he might turn to and want to drop deals on, but then he realizes that person isn't prepared to handle this type of deals. Then that person who finally gets an opportunity that just falls out of the sky loses it because they weren't prepared. They don't deserve it. And I teach people in here too, like, hey, I'm getting so many deals now as I start. A lot of us are. If I hear somebody that sounds really proficient, whenever I'm not available, I'm going to hand off the deals to the people who sound just as good on the phone, because most people who are handing me the deal, they want my type of expertise on the phone to try to close it so I can go the distance. And even though I can have people around me who are willing to call, doesn't mean you can take it the distance just because you're willing to call. And I'm training people to take the calls and to also get a good deal. And then after seeing the good deal, to always try to sweeten the deal. I teach that here. I don't know everything about real estate. I know several strategies from buying real estate now, but what I can teach you really is everything about negotiations and what I can do. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and call this Danny boy. There it is. Did you send me his number?
Let's see. Yeah, it should be in there. Should be right on the text.
Maybe not.
Yeah, let me get on the CRM. Hold on, stay on the phone. Right here, hold on. Yeah, it's gonna be I'll send it to you right now.
Cool.
Thought I included it.
That's his number.
Yes, sir.
He has the same area code as I do.
Really?
Yeah. So this house is in Boise, but he has the area code around where I live. Same area code.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna call him. He's gonna be like, damn, this motherfucker's local. Yeah, I am.
Right
Let me
here.
call this cat real quick. This is Danny. Here you go. Put yourself on mute.
Zero, 2, 2, 1, 0, 8.
Double tap, huh?
I'm gonna double tap him real quick. Here we go.
Zero, 2, 2, 1, 0, 8, 5, 1 is not available.
Hey, what's up, Danny? This is Carlos. You were speaking with my associate Mike about the property that you have off of Hazelwood Drive in Boise. When you have a chance, call me back 760-902-7843. I'm gonna shoot you a text, okay? Thank you. I'll shoot him a quick text. Best way is to contact people is always in person. What's after you go in person if you don't want to do door to door is calling people. After calling people, either some type of text message or email. After that, some type of mail. All types of way to contact people. Let's see. Hey, what's
I apologize, I lost connection earlier.
It's all good. I'm just sending a quick text to this seller real quick. Okay. Gio, are you on your phone or are you on like a laptop?
No, I'm on a laptop, so I can use my phone.
Okay, cool.
But I lost a signal earlier, so I have to get back to it. I'm gonna try her
I see
again.
it.
I've already tried calling her once. This time.
Please leave your message for Lisa Price.
I'm sorry I didn't get to you earlier today. I got kind of got busy earlier, but hopefully we can make connection. You're welcome to call me back, or I can try to call you back a little bit later. I hope you got a chance to talk to your husband. I'm even hoping even when he's home, so we can do a three-way conversation and get this all cleared up for you. You're welcome to reach out to me at 407-683-0187. Okay, I hope to speak to you soon. Otherwise, I will try to call you back a little bit later. All right, thank you. Bye.
Fire voicemail.
No dice.
Who votes? Call again.
You didn't call 3 times. You didn't call once. Kidding.
Twice already, but let me try again.
Oh, I love that.
Hopefully, third time's the charm. Yeah, it's a little bit later than I wanted to call it.
Lisa Price.
Yeah. Damn it.
A for effort. Love it. You're muted, Carlo. He said, "Oh shit."
The guys were able to read my lips though, huh?
Yes, sir.
So Nate is the next guy we're gonna call, right? This is the guy that has all those properties, or his dad?
Yeah, his dad just passed. Yeah, it's in probate. His dad's got like 100 properties plus in probate. 4 of those are apartment buildings. So, and he's like, his dad taught him real estate at a young age, but then him and his dad, I guess, didn't have a really good relationship or something because nobody knew that side of his dad. Is what he was explaining to me. So no one knew he had it. But he has about 10 personal properties himself that he has, like 10 rentals himself. He doesn't want to sell them with his tenants in them, right? So what he's going to do is sell them off as his tenants leave. This house that he's offering, the address that I texted you, tenant just left. It's rentable, it's ready. He says the only thing he said that all the plumbing's new, HVAC is new, the roof was done in 2006, the electrical is good, he said. He just put new carpet and redid some paint in there. So pretty much everything's really done. But
What was he asking for it?
I don't know. He wasn't asking for it. He wasn't asking. He was just like, hey, I'll sell it if it's good. And if you can do me good on this one, like if we can work out something here on this one and I like the deal, then I'll think about using you for the ones that his.
What the fuck? Let's put this motherfucker on the phone. I want to get all those goddamn deals. Let's see.
Oh, that's right.
All right. I'm gonna call this guy real quick.
Yeah.
This motherfucker got all these deals. Here we go. All right, everybody go on mute.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Nate? This is Carlos. You were speaking with my associate Cameron about this property you have off of 72nd Street.
Yes, sir. Right now is actually not a good time.
Oh man, okay. When would be a better time for me to call you?
Probably tomorrow, late afternoon. 3 Central, something like that.
Okay, so 3 Central. You're cool with me just giving you a call back? Would you like me to text you beforehand?
You can just call me.
Okay, cool. So Nate, I'll call you tomorrow around 3 or after 3 p.m. Central.
That sounds good.
All right, enjoy your evening. Bye. All right, tomorrow I'm gonna fucking close that deal on all his properties.
Yeah, that's
3
gonna be
p.m.
a wrap.
Central. Put that down. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. All right, cool.
I got one more too. I can send you the info on if you want.
All right, let's do it.
All right, back. Give me 1 second. Let me write that down for tomorrow.
I got one right here too. Let's see. All right, let me see. I'm gonna call one guy real quick.
You've reached the voicemail of Chad Jump. Please leave a message after the. You've reached the voicemail of Chad Jump. Please leave a message after the tone, and I'll return your call as soon as possible. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, what's up, Chad? This is Carlos, Dylan's associate. We were talking about purchasing your property off of Tamara Court in Athens. When you have a chance, call me back, 760-902-7843. All right, who's next? All right, so we'll go with yours next, Cameron, and then we got Larry's next. Let's see. Anybody have any questions for me? While everybody's here, and you have concerns, questions on deals you guys are working? Eric, what's up?
Hey, Carlos.
What's up, Jay?
All right, so when originally calling a seller, you'd ask the 4 pillars, then jump to if they would rent it out or if they would consider getting a realtor. And then, obviously you'd want to purchase it on terms, and depending, disqualifying that patient if they're disqualified, right? You'd ask them on terms. The only way you'd be able to purchase it on terms, and then you'd explain the terms, right?
So you would go like if you're a wholesaler. So like you would first try to go cash, but right now, the reason why terms is going to be so big for everybody right now, because the reality is most end buyers are buying conservatively, like 50% conservatively, and most sellers are not going to want to give up that much money because their house, to them, it's still worth a lot, and it's still worth a lot. But as a fix and flip, where somebody's going to buy cash with the rates and the way it's going, it's harder to achieve that. And so terms is going to be really the route to go, because you can come up a lot. It's much easier to go in there and work it cash and confidently give them your cash offer. You have to give them their cash offer. I don't want you not to give the cash offer. If you can lock it up wholesale and then wholesale it for 10, 20, 30, 40 grand, do that. Go and wholesale it. If it doesn't work, go terms. Make money while you wholesale. Wholesale makes you a lot of money. Wholesale. Buy, so then you can learn to buy your own property for yourself. You don't have to use your own money, but so you have some money in your pocket, at least just to have. But when you have deals that are on terms, you might as well just buy them for yourself. When you can wholesale your own deals, right? Like if you already know how to wholesale your own deals, you can either keep the property or wholesale it too. So always go cash, then whatever order, if you want to ask them to renovate it and rent it or list it with an agent and pay the commissions, whichever order you want to go, you do those 2 next. So it's cash, either rent it and then list it. And if not, you go terms.
Alrighty. Okay. Thanks, man.
No problem. Anybody else have any questions?
Hey, Carlos, I got a question.
What's up, man?
So you're gonna kill me for this one, but I was talking to a guy, I believe last week, and he wasn't going for our cash offer. We were coming ARVs around 150. We were coming in at 170 or 70K for cash offer. He wasn't going for it, so I pitched terms, and he was like, "You mean seller financing?" I was like, "Yes," and he was like, "I need 10% minimum interest for seller financing." Well, initially I was just like, no, like this won't work, but I don't know. I went and thought about it, and basically I ran the numbers, and I was like, all right, what price will we have to lock this up at to get 10% to work? And I pitched it to him, or I sent back terms at 90K at 10%. So it was 20 above our cash offer, with just 10% down. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, because I mean, I know typically 10%.
How many months? How many years? I mean to say
20-year balloon.
Okay, so 20 years on the term. Okay, and 10%, right?
Yeah.
At 90 grand. What was the original? What was the at first? If I had to be 10%, what was it? Where were you guys at first?
What do you mean?
Like you were automatically at. Here's the reason why, right? So the 10%, that shit ain't gonna work for anybody as an investor. Maybe a homestead buyer is gonna live there, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. That guy's making a huge investment. Check this out. I'm gonna share my screen. 90 grand over a 20-year term at 10% interest. Look how much you pay. 208 grand. You think that's a good deal? When you pay for the house double and some?
Not looking at it like that.
So a way that you can do shit like that. Oh man, paying interest like that. I mean, I can get a brand new home for like 6%. I already checked the rates. I mean, and I wouldn't even do that because I get a brand new home. I'm not opposed to paying you interest. I'm not going to pay 10%. I have the cash flow, right? You're confidently talking to them. Hey, I'm not opposed to even financing some of the interest, meaning I'll give you 110 because right here you're paying 208 right here, right?
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you come up a little bit and save your, hey, I'll come up 20 fucking grand. So he's like, okay. So then you save your ass fucking $100,000. You get me?
Yeah.
So the interest rate, people don't understand it, but the first 15 years of a 30-year term is majority interest over the principal. And so when you're going 20 years for the first 15 years, you're paying all fucking interest. So it's what you would rather do if you had to go 10%, I would fucking do 10% for like 24 months, like 12 months, and then refinance it at another fucking bank for 7%. Like that's how, if I was able to do it at a really good number, I'd be like, okay, I'll pay you that fucking 10% on it. I'd only do it for fucking 12 months. I would refinance it into a fucking newer mortgage for like 6%. And now it makes more sense for my cash flow.
But what's preventing you from doing that now? In this situation, even though it's a 20-year term, but like what's preventing
well, you can, but it's just as a true investor, when you look at that deal and you hear 10%, you're like, what the fuck? That doesn't make sense. So the same thing, like when you're an average car buyer, most people buy on emotions. Yeah, I'm a car guy. I understand cars like to the detail. My brother's finance, closer, then he taught me everything about it. What people do is they buy on emotion, what they like, right? So that's why car salesmen always try to relate to the car you just came in. If it's tinted out, got rims on it, it's lifted. We're always trying to place you into the moment. But what happens is when you sell on emotion and you're not like you don't understand finances that well, you're gonna make a decision on the payment, on not on the actual purchase price and the interest rate. And so if I say, look at, let's say you're buying a car that's 90 grand, right here. And I know in my head that the payment, let's say right here, watch, let's say a $50,000 car over a 7-year term, right? Check this out. My payment's $830. In reality, if I knew that you couldn't get a 2% because that's what it's going for, your payment's $638. So now that I know that, because I understand business, just like you guys understand the wholesale side, if not like the end buyer side, right? So if I try to sell you your car, this is how I made a lot of money on the deals. I knew you came in, it was tinted, it was lifted, so I'm gonna place you as a good car salesman. I'm gonna fucking sell you on the emotion now, especially if you're younger. I know that you're not as experienced, even though I've been experienced sellers. But when I know that, hey, I'm asking you questions on the lot. So what do you think you can afford on a monthly payment on a car that you want? Well, I could probably pay like $850. I already know this motherfucker can make this happen at $638. And $638, when you add, I'm gonna charge him $200 more. What's $200 more for the next 7 years? So in reality, I can charge him 200 times 12 months times 7 years. I'm gonna charge him another 16,800 on top of the 50 grand. And then that goes to the dealership. So we learned how to make pounders, meaning make a lot of fucking money on people, right? And because we understood how to sell on emotion and sell on the payment, that's why you're always, if people are doing this right now, if that's one of you and you've tried to trade in your car and you find out you're upside down, it's because what we call you is we bury your ass, is what we say. We're gonna bury him in $16,000, 400. That extra $200 a month to get you to 800 was another almost 17 grand. So when you leave the lot, your car, the 50 grand value car is automatically going to go, it's going to be undervalued right when you leave. You're going to lose value right when you leave the lot. But on top of that, you paid $17,000 over and you're financing it. So it's on the loan. So now when you go and try to trade in your car, you're automatically upside down the 17 grand that has no value to the car. And then you're upside down whatever few thousand come off the lot. Because same thing if you buy a house right now and try to sell it in 6 months, you owe too much. You'd be upside down is what they call it. And so if you were never aware of that, you better be aware when you purchase a property or a car that you're looking at the purchase price and the interest rate to match what makes sense. You can still pay interest, you can still pay all that stuff. It has to make sense though. If I'm paying 50 grand over this and that, my payment should have been 638. Why is it 850? You can still get the car you want, but don't go off of the payment. Go off of knowing the numbers so you get the right car for the right price instead of paying too much for it. Same thing for houses. And this guy is just charging too much. So he might know that he might be an investor. You never know. He might want, that he's charging something that I would charge on a wrap. That's what I do. Like the house that I'm buying from you on Friday or whatever. That is what my strategy, what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it on a wrap and I'm going to take the interest rate that I have and I'm going to charge full market price. But I charge that to a homestead buyer. If you're trying to wholesale this to an investor, we have no room. We're paying all the interest. We can't even charge interest anymore because that's already 2% over the market. And on a wrap, you can charge 4 to 6% over the market interest rates, depending on the market and the cap rates. Gotcha. But that gets more into like as you start to become an investor, you start to learn all this type of stuff.
I got you. So I guess to back up, so I didn't. It's a 30-year amortization with a 20-year balloon. So the payment was, I guess, a little bit lower than what was calculated. But in my head, I still think, and I don't know what your thoughts are. Like I said, ARV is 150. And I was just thinking like, hey, if we lock this up at a $90,000 purchase price, even if the interest rate is like that high, like it could still potentially be a flip that they could pay off like ASAP. So that they're not locked into this 10% rate, but cash on cash returns are higher because the down payment is so much lower.
Like the way it would work for somebody is like I'm saying, it could work like that. Like somebody who saw, okay, it's worth 90, it's worth 170, buy it, maybe do a little bit of rehab on it, rent it out right away, and then automatically go and get a refinance. Like you can, so what if you do it that way, when you try to wholesale it, put that as the exit strategy. Hey, the exit strategy for this would be to lightly renovate it, rent it out, and go and refinance it within 12 months. That would be the way to set that up for an end buyer. So then they look at it, they're like 10%. But if you're looking at it for 10% only for 8 months and you're gonna cop 60, 70 grand on the refinance, that could be a deal, right? Gotcha. That could still work. So that's how you would want to propose that when you send that off. Like if that's the only way this is going to work, you would still try to lock it up because you could still have an opportunity. Somebody can come in and see that as like same thing as hard money, 10, 12, 14%. That's the same thing. So if somebody looks at it as hard money, come in here real quick and then renovate it, rent it out, refinance it for softer money. You don't have to tell him, the seller, that, but you could tell him at any moment, if I wanted to sell it quicker than 20 years, I could do that or whatever. Because what if he's like, I'm gonna make a killing off of this guy and he wants to make you pay for 20 years at 10%. Right? So
Yeah.
like you would have in your contract, it would say like basically like you can sell it whenever you want within the 20 years. You can balloon early. You don't have to write that like descriptive like that. No prepayment penalty if I wanted to balloon sooner. That's it.
Okay.
And then that could work for somebody exactly because that exactly is like basically assuming like a hard money loan real quick. So that would be a way that would work.
All right, cool. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no problem. Good question. All right. Let me call. Let's see.
Hey, Los, you got someone you want to call?
Do I what?
You have somebody you're gonna call right now?
Yeah, I have like probably like 1, 2, 3, 4 more people that are to call. I mean, just from people who are texting me.
Did you call Doris Kelly already by chance? Out of curiosity, I had to take a phone call real quick.
What did you say?
Did you call Doris by chance?
That's exactly who I'm calling next.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I
Zach
appreciate
put something in there. Okay, cool.
Exactly something in there.
Yeah, it's like 2 for 190. Said she's elderly. She wants to sell them. It looks like a good deal. That's what I was asking, but it's all good.
All right, so Cameron, she wants 150 for this house.
He said, yeah, it's a guy, by the way, but yeah, said roughly. He thinks that's what it's worth.
Really?
Yeah, it's super nice, dude. Super nice. The problem is it's not much of a value add opportunity. But I'm pretty sure he has more as well. For some reason.
Where did he get the 150 number from?
Properties nearby. The reason that he has that number is because he just put a new roof on it, new windows, new sliding glass black door, new tile, new carpet. HVAC's only 4 years old. Appliances are all updated. It's all PEX. Bathrooms are new. Pretty much everything's new. But he was kind of limited on time, so I didn't get very much information from him. Other than that information, he was very limited on time. So, and he's just.
I don't see any properties to be like an apple to apple. The way that I like to comp everybody, just so you see, I think some people ask me sometimes, hey, how do you comp? I'll show you exactly how I like to comp. And I used to pay for comping tools, and I still will. I'm just waiting for some fucking cash flow to come in so I can start re-automating the business. But I learned from Abraham Gray and Eddie Charger, who like kick ass in the Atlanta market. These fools make shitload, like millions of dollars. Or at least I know Abraham Gray does. He's an awesome guy. So does Eddie Charger. But they showed me basically how to comp using Zillow, and they like using it more than other like comping tools. And I'll show you how I like doing it. And this is what gives me confidence to compare an apple to an apple than just looking for comps that sold in the last 3 months. So here I'll go this. Let me share my screen. So on Zillow, go like this, right? So this is the address that we were looking at right here. This is the one that I'm gonna call. So I hit this. So check it out. That's the square feet, 1122. So what I like to do is be roughly 250 square feet below that and 250 square feet above that. And I hit the home details. And I come down this year 1966. So 10 years before and 10 years after that year built. So we're gonna come over here and hit the more side. I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna hit 750, and then we're gonna hit 1250. 1956 was the year built, I think, or 1956, right? I don't remember. So we'll hit 1946, 1966. Let me just double check. $1966. Okay, so it's actually 56. So 1956 and then 1976. So 10 years prior, 10 years after, 250 square feet less. This is only like 100 square feet over. I'll take a look at the 200 square feet, and then sold within the last 90 days to get the most comparable comps. Let's see what we got in the last 90 days in this market. Nothing within a mile. 181. Okay, so check it out. This is Huntsville, Alabama. Let's see. Shippers. Huntsville, Alabama. So 400, so it's a big market, so it's a good market. So check it out. So these properties sold within the last, you know, fucking real recent, last week. This one went. Let's see where it's at. So 205, 182, and these are all, you know, a little bit out of the way. But you see the majority of them are, this is a main road, right? In a big market, you want to comp in like on the same side of main roads. In a small market, like if I were to hit the population and you only see 10,000, 100 people, 10,000 or lower, you can comp a little bit differently. Like you can use comps across main roads, freeways, highways, because there's not many people there. But when you're in a city where it's 400,000 people, to get the best comps is to get them on the same side of the main roads. So this is where it's at right here. And the ones that sold over here are 205, 126, 182. But all of these are over like 200 square feet tall, bigger. So let's see. This is more like it right here. 120. These are the ones that are more around that size. So more or less that 150 number is too high, but let's get in there and let's give them a call. We'll check this up right now. Is it Doris or Darius?
I think Doris is what I call them. I mean,
He didn't say anything. He's like, all right, all right,
yeah, kind of. He just kind of went with it, right? That's kind of how it goes.
cool. Here we go.
Maybe it's Darius.
Just mute yourself.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Doris? How you doing? This is Carlos. You had spoken with my associate Cameron about your property off of motherfucking hung up. We call him back. People are so scared, so rude. Call me and tell me to fuck off. So
Yeah,
hang up.
man, that's crazy.
Darius, leave a message.
Hold on, I'm gonna call you one more time, Darius, just because. Listen with that.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Darius? How you doing, man? It's Carlos.
Carlos.
Yeah, you spoke with my associate Cameron about selling your house right off of Penn and Ave. Hey, did I catch you at a bad time, or you have a few minutes for me?
Time right now. I've been drinking, my friend.
Oh, it sounds fun.
Call me in the morning.
Okay, what time?
About 7:30.
Okay, I'll call you in the morning. Okay.
All right, bro.
Bye. Have fun. Be safe. I've been drinking. You see? That's what I wanted to hear, so I know what's next to do. That's all I needed. Just call him 3 times. He was drinking, you know? I understand. I understand, buddy. All right.
And that's 2 for tomorrow already. That's fire.
Yeah, he wants me to call him when I wake up. Well, actually, no, it's Alabama, so it's only 2 hours. It's Central Time, so I wake up at 4, 6. I can call him like at 5:30, I guess. Over here. All right, put that note to call him. He was drunk, so tomorrow when I talk to him, I'm gonna remind him Hey, how did your night go? You feel good? Or you fucked up right now? Okay. So who's next? Zach had a deal? Okay. So Zach, catch me up to speed with this. How do you feel? What do you think?
It's in Illinois. It's too far for me. So I just want to pass it on, see if you guys can lock it up, see it done. I just got a message saying all that stuff on it. And that's about it. Saying that they'll run comps and try to call back. She's waiting for a call. She was excited to hear that buy as is. And I didn't talk to the lady. I just got the message just now. I was gonna bring it on here live so I could hear you guys talk about it. If not, I was gonna bring it up to my other group and see if anybody's okay. I'll feed you in a second as soon as I'm done doing other stuff. Oh, I was see if anybody's in Chicago. If you guys didn't do it, that's why I didn't send the number and stuff because I didn't want it to be messed up.
Iraq, Shy City, huh?
I'll send you that info if you want it.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll call. We'll see what's up.
Okay. I just got it copied and paste. I'll send it to you.
Cool, man. Playing hard to get. Drinking. Hey, yo, I'm drinking right now. It's good.
I just texted to you. The number's on there.
Hey,
Hold over. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, got it. What's up,
Zach,
Gio? What were
that
you saying?
lead that you sent me, I was talking to Zach, but he left. He's coming back. Zach, that lead that you sent me, did she have a cell phone number?
I sent you the numbers that I got. So whatever was on there is probably it. If it's a house number, I just keep calling back to whoever answers.
Yeah.
He's from, so you don't like that answer.
All right. What's okay? Mary's the name. Zach and Mary. Is everybody able to go to like the Powerhouse Facebook page? You guys where Cameron, he made like kind of like a seller questionnaire, kind of like how I asked the certain questions that I tell you guys to ask. He went out and took initiative and just created his own seller questionnaire. So it's like, instead of like writing down the motivation, timeline, condition, when to sell it, or like sell it, or buy it cash, list it, rent it, renovate it, or sell it on term, or buy it on terms. He basically had created like a little like not spreadsheet, like a little file that you guys can just print out and use those. So then you have them in front of you. So it kind of reminds you what questions to ask. It's super beneficial for people who are learning how to do this. It's really, if you just have the majority of the questions, all the stories come within like the seller and whatever you guys are doing. But if you just have the questions in front of you, you're gonna remember what the fuck to say because they're in front of you. You guys go to the Powerhouse Facebook page and go to the file section and go under like the seller questionnaire and print like a whole bunch of those pages, and each seller you can do. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna try to put like a section for two sellers, because it's just one paper that fills up the whole paper for one seller. But we're gonna try to minimize it so then we can just put two on the same page. Then you guys can just use one page to like its efficiency, and then you can use if you need to print it front and back or whatever, you can do that too. But it's really good. Helps you guys out a lot. All right, I'm gonna call this lady.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Mary? This is Carlos. How you doing?
Alrighty, how are you?
Man, I am fantastic. Did I catch you at a bad time? Sweet. Yeah, you had spoken with my associate Zach about this property that you have off of Sunset Ave in Chicago. Yeah, and I'm just touching base. I understand you. I believe you have two properties. The address that I have is
Now, your apartment,
Carlos. Yeah,
apartment name is
Sam.
Sam. Okay, I just spoke to her. Yes. I've had so many calls, and so I'm just trying to make sure.
You know, I've had so many calls too. I almost forgot who. I think I had said a different name at first. Oh, well, I mean, that's my name, but I think the person I had said somebody else's name that I was calling on behalf of. I work a lot of deals too, so I understand you get a lot of calls. So did you have a few minutes so we can kind of chat about this? Okay, cool. So kind of catch me up to speed. I know that I believe that there's two properties that you're looking to sell and that your husband does a lot of the maintenance for the homes, correct? Okay, so the address that I do have is 1417 Sunset Ave in Chicago.
Avenue.
Okay, Sunset Avenue. What's the other address?
669.
Same street?
It's like a little coach house on the back on the same property. So it's got one zone.
Oh, okay. Got you. And this is currently being rented out, right?
Right, both units.
Okay, both units, and then you don't live too far, right? I think like 20 minutes from this.
No, I do.
Okay, so for the Sunset Ave, I mean the 1417, what is it currently rented out for?
1,200.
12? What would you say that's market rent or a little bit undercharged?
Actually, it's under. Because the house is paid for, and we know the people, two other people.
Okay, gotcha.
So just giving a break.
What do you think market rent for a house like that, like if it were to get touched up a little bit to make it look a little bit more modernized for
Right.
today's standards, what do you think that can come in?
In the area, it's going to rents are kind of high now. So you're looking at least, I think you can get it every bit of 15, 16.
Gotcha. Okay, 15, 16.
Right.
And then I'm bringing this up. This is a 3-bedroom.
The little house.
Okay.
You can surely get every bit of 700 to 800.
Okay, so 700 to 800 on that one.
But I'm only getting 6 from the guy because he's been there for 10 years, and I didn't want to go up on him.
Got you. And that one's in the back on the same parcel as this other house?
Yes.
Okay, so is it like kind of like the same driveway kind of thing?
No, it's got a different entrance on the back. The back of this, the big house, there's an entrance to go to the other.
Okay, so is the first house a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom?
Correct.
Okay, and then roughly what I'm looking at is like almost 1,200 square feet. And
It's got a nice size living room, former dining room area, small kitchen, but it's been appliances have been upgraded, and it's got upgraded carpeting, and it's a pretty good sized dining room. And the living room's got a wood burning fireplace. I mean, it's a decent house. It's an old house, but it's decent.
yeah, like taken care of, does not really beat up, but just needs cosmetic repair. It's just a
All
little,
right.
little bit
Just
older.
need a little TLC.
Got you. And what's that build out on that house? Is it like a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom?
On that house is 3 bedrooms, 1 bath.
The 669 Sunset?
Oh, the 6 no, it's a 1 bed.
Okay, 1 bed, 1 bath. So that's 669 Sunset Ave.
Same.
Okay. Let me bring this up. What's got
Like
you?
I told Sam, I haven't spoke with anybody. I haven't been in the household almost a year since the people moved in. So if they had any problem, I'm sure they would have let us know. But I don't know which. It seemed like they would be pretty decent. I don't think they have a whole lot of kids. There's 2 kids, I think.
Okay, so you got new appliances in there and carpet in there right before they got in?
Refrigerator. It wasn't new, but it
Got you.
was pretty nice.
Just updated. Okay,
Yeah,
got you.
color's black. And newly painted wall. I mean, we did the kitchen up real nice and everything before we moved in.
Got you. So you're selling them both together, right?
Yes, everything together.
Okay. And do you have a mortgage on this or is this paid off?
No, it's paid off.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons why I was able to help somebody else because, you know, it's paid and the taxes is not that high there. I think it's 200 and something every 6 months or something like that.
200 some change for the taxes. Yeah, not too
It's
much.
2,000, yeah, 2,000 and something a year for that house.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I know it's not. It's where I am. I'm paying a hell of a lot more, and I'm 20 minutes away.
Got you. So what's got you guys considering you guys are just tired of being landlords?
Well, you know, my kids, I have 2 kids. All our kids want to go to Long Plymouth in Houston. My husband's kids some of his kids are out in Texas, and they just never want to come back this Midwest. I was trying to hook them up with something here, but they don't want to come back to the Midwest.
They just want to stay in Texas, huh?
Houston got sold.
And so your kids are out in Houston and then your husband's other kids are in Texas as well? Okay.
They're all set up in warm climates and have no interest in coming back. They all lived here and don't want to see Chicago ever.
So what are you guys planning to, like after you sell this, what's the goal here? Are you guys looking to buy like a Ferrari? You guys looking to retire?
Vacation, just not worried about anything. We worked hard all our lives.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, he's 80 years old and I'm 70. So
Wow.
you know,
How long have you two been together?
we've been together for a long time.
Oh my gosh, what's a long
Yeah,
time?
we've been together for 25 years. And you know, we just put everything together and now we just ready to just relax.
Yeah, you guys earned it for sure. That is a long
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I work hard. I came from Mississippi Delta. So you know
I could hear it. I could hear it in the voice, in the tone, in the accent. You got that southern accent, yeah. I was like, well, she's in Chicago, but she don't sound like she's from Chicago. Mississippi River. Wow, nice. Well, so here's how I'm looking at it, right? I'm not 100% familiarized with this area. I do buy all over the nation. I live in Palm Springs, California. So when I purchase properties, this is how I look at them. When I buy them cash, I look for properties that need a little bit of work so then I can put some money into it, renovate it and fix and flip it. Do these tenants know that you guys are looking to sell it? Oh yeah.
I mean, people are calling because you know, I don't know, it's in a nice area where the business is, and it is business zone. We have had it commercial zone. We bought it that way.
Is zone commercial right now?
Yes, it is. We paid to have that done.
So it's residential and or commercial.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. So what we were planning on doing was having a business there. My husband had a liquor store at one time. It was right around the corner. It's, you know, from it. So we were talking about a big thing to do, and just made that. We got sidetracked off of that.
Oh wow. Yeah, when I was younger, one of my first jobs.
Yeah, you know, when you're younger, I'm telling you, you're thinking different. When you start age, start getting older, and you start dealing with too many people and all this nonsense, you really, really get tired of it. So I decided he wanted a boutique. He wanted me to have a boutique, which I restore furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought about that too, but you know, I really lost my taste for doing it. I just want to just relax and not do anything.
I got you. Yeah, no, like I heard you guys are ready to retire.
This is my history. This is what we've done.
Got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm running some comps right now. As we're talking, I'm just looking around to see like what houses like yours, same kind of build out, what they're selling for.
And
More or
then,
less.
you know, now the house, the one house, see, most houses don't have that. Most areas in there is only one house.
Right.
It's not a bonus.
I see that. I see that. I see a lot of the houses in the area, like just comping like the one house, right? The main house, because I can't really find that other one on different websites, but I know it's there. I'm seeing that a lot of the houses are going for 70, 150, 144,
Exactly.
175. So more or less, it's the 190 is basically like you're including another house in it, and it's almost market price for one house.
Right.
Got you. And is it that how other house is permitted? The ADU? Okay. So what I don't think that see where I look at it, because I'm not from the area, I'm not too confident as an investor in that area to go cash in, especially with my goal, if I were to buy it cash, would be to renovate it and then list it for sale. But kind of with the economy going south now, prices are now dropping, just like how gas dropped a lot. The only thing that's going up right now is the interest rates on homes. So it's a little bit more pricey for people to pay. Yeah, it's and so how I see it is when I'm buying cash, like in the beginning of the year, if I saw this property, it would have been easy for me to pay 190 because I was a Boulder guy at that time. I was paying 80 or 90%, but nobody expected for the shift to come. And so now when I'm buying properties, I'm closer to 50 to 60% of market price. So if it's like 190, I have to be closer to be conservative to like 80 grand minus some of the repairs and stuff. But I don't even know if that even works for you and your husband.
It is negotiable. I will have to talk to him. We can get together.
Would you?
If you are interested.
Oh, 100% interested. 100%. I'm not here to waste your time. I don't like wasting my time. I'm blessed to have a lot of opportunities. Yeah. Well, no, I for sure do. And when would what is your husband's name? Frank. When would Frank be available for us to jump on a call? Because I would want to speak to you both, and I would like to go give you guys a cash route first. And if not, there are other ways that I can purchase properties for a little bit more. But I would like to explain that to both of you since it's a collective decision.
Okay. Would you like to keep the property as a rental, or you want to put a business there? What do you want to do with it?
Yeah, so what I do, I actually do a couple things. So I do a lot of long-term rentals, like how you are right here. But I do also do short-term, or I do like I resell them. So a couple strategies. I do look at businesses as well. So that's the thing too. I have to look at the play because there's an opportunity for it to be commercial. But at the same time, I think with what's going on right now in the economy, it's safer for me not to try to open a business, because if I I always borrow money, right? I use commercial lenders, and if I go and do that right now, I'm gonna just accumulate a high interest on any loan amount I get. And so if I were to do something like that, it would be when the interest rates come back down. So it makes more sense. So I would probably just rent it out to it like how you are, most likely just rent it out.
It is probably on the market as well. In the city, I don't know if it went back to the city or what, but I know that they're not. My husband used to know the guy that owned that lot. It's right in front of our lot.
Does your husband have his number?
He might have it still.
I could always chop it up and talk to him. You know, we buy land as well. We don't just buy properties.
Okay, well, that's right there. It's right there. As you see, there's a lot of businesses right in that area.
Yeah.
It's pretty good sale point.
Okay.
Okay.
When would be a good time for me to follow up with you and Frank?
If I give you a certain time, he can be here to talk to you, but right now he's not.
What time tomorrow do you think?
How about if you call us around 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, our time?
Okay, I could do that tomorrow, 11 a.m. your time.
Okay, and that way I make sure that we're both here we can go online and talk to you.
Okay, well, Mary, I really appreciate it, and I had a good time talking to you. Thank you so much. Absolutely, miss. You have a good night, okay? All right, goodbye.
And that's how it's done.
What do you guys have any feedback, any questions?
No, bro, that's how it's done.
That's fire, bro. I like how you decided to explain the terms and all that. Like when you had both of them on the phone, so you could just like, you don't have to explain to one each of them. You know, you can get it over with, like kill two birds with one stone. You know what I mean?
I was gonna set it up like this. So you know how I was asking the questions about how long they've been together? You guys already know what my next question is when they say that. I'm like, oh my God, congratulations. So since you guys been together for 25 plus years, typically, if you guys were to leave to the store, right? If you're trying to surprise the other party, you kind of already know what he likes and doesn't like, right? So if you brought him something, you would know what he likes and you'd give it to him, he would be okay with it. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure if I give you a number that you know that you like, he might like it too, right? Yeah. Cool. So then we don't even have to even call him right away if you already know it, more or less, if I'm just wasting your time or we got something going, you know, but we never got there. That's how I would have done it though, just to let you know.
Yeah. I believe some will call it psychology.
Yeah, man. That's the art right there. This is what I'm going to teach you guys. Just you see how I barely even touched the numbers, and you saw how, from my experience, really, I didn't know Chicago. I couldn't comp the other properties. It doesn't show that it's there, but it's an additional ADU and it's on a commercial lot. I told the truth. For my experience, I don't know how to look at it like that. I would probably most likely just do long-term rental. And the truth is, if I go try to do a business, if I were to go pull a loan right now, I am going to have an investor or like a business owner interest rate, which is high, right? So I just went and worked what I know is going to work for me. I even shot fucking 50%. And she said, it's negotiable. She didn't even decline me. She just said it's all negotiable, right? So I already automatically brought it down and we haven't even gone into full mode yet. It hadn't even gotten into the serious part. We just started talking.
That's all how you talk to people.
Do you guys have any questions for me? Anybody have any feedback, reasons why I do the things I do? Let me know. You guys can take yourself off a mic. Tell me.
That was fire. Loved it.
Just always learning, bro. Always learning new tactics and new strategies from you. So, you already know I love tuning in and hearing how you strategize and how you overcome certain things.
Yeah, you stayed calm the whole time.
Are you like
$1 worth of
you
game?
just go on Google and Google like interest rates and like fucking shit like that, like inflation, and because you're really knowledgeable like with the banks and the interest rates and loan rates and all that shit. I mean, where are you acquiring that information? Are you just going on Google?
No, it's been fucking years of me reading books. Remember how you're always like, hey, what kind of books you read? So what I did was, after I heard Patrick David say, you really want to learn, and be professional in certain fields as fast as possible. Instead of picking books in a whole bunch of different subjects, stick to like 3 or 4 topics and buy as many books with 5-star reviews. And I knew one day 2 years ago that I was going to get into like finances and business again. So 2 years ago, I started picking up fucking books, everything about sales and negotiation, business, economics, and fucking like psychology. Yeah. And like, in economics, it basically broke down everything about taxes. And so I actually bought a couple of tax books, CPA books, how to start your own corporation books. And so I started learning about economics, what inflation is, what interest rates, why the banks came into place, how they leverage themselves, how credit works. And so, like I said, I came prepared. Like if you thought you just learned a little bit about fucking wholesaling, no, I came fucking prepared I didn't even know what was coming. So I read a lot of that. So that's why I always talk about interest rates, because people who are already 40 years old, 50 or 70 years old, they've gone through all of that. They've bought in homes, gone through the interest rates, gone through like credits, gone through all this stuff where when I'm bringing shit up that's relevant to their life, they can relate to it all. And if you're just learning wholesaling, you're just learning wholesaling. Then you got to learn how business works, how to scale a business. Then you got to learn how to negotiate so you can actually close a lot of deals. Then you got to learn the art, meaning everything besides talking about numbers, which is what we just did right now. I rarely even touch the numbers on there. and I was fact finding. I was having a good time. We were laughing, talking about her Southern accent, all that stuff. And then I'm using it against her, coming back and forth. I'm writing it down the entire time on that piece of paper. Like Cameron wrote that piece of paper, I would have been writing it on that piece of paper. So I have it in front of me to remember the questions. I don't even have questions written on this piece of paper in front of me because I already know what questions to ask because I do it every day. I practice it every day. But this is the type of shit that in 5, 10, 15 days, you guys can learn how to do this just by coming in 4 to 5 days a week and hearing me do my live calls, besides you guys practicing. But hearing me do my live calls, you guys will hear me answer questions that you may have not had an answer to when a seller might have asked you that question. And it's just copy and paste. Use exactly what I said and then go in there on that scenario.
Fired. Come prepared. Heard is the word.
Yeah, this is why our team's gonna fucking destroy other people. It's because other people who are acquisitions guys, they gotta compete. They gotta outwork me. A lot of it is because I outwork people too. Remember, we wake up early. Powerhouse, we wake up early. We outwork people. We might not be the most talented, smartest fucking people. We don't have the highest IQ. So we outwork motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the smartest person. I want to cuss a lot more, but I'm trying to be nicer right now. I usually have a more foul mouth, but everybody in the last couple of Zooms, everybody kept calling me. Everybody who was nobody actually just let you know. Nobody who had fucking money that I can use for anything or even brought me value, just let you know. They'd call me and say, Carlos, you cuss too much. And I just don't care. I'm trying to be a little bit nicer, I guess. Some of it's recorded. But in the end, I guess I still don't give a shit because I work for myself. Yeah, that's just how it is.
All right, well, if they want violin, send them to me. I'll send them violin.
Yeah.
But I want to give a big thanks to Zach because he's the one that sent me the lead for Georgia.
Oh, yeah? Hell yeah, Zach, dude. I might even buy the deal. We'll get it locked up right.
Leave that one alone.
My question is tomorrow when you talk to the lady, if you can't wrap it up in terms, let me know. So get the lowest cash offer and I'll work on getting a cash buyer out there.
I got it just
Not you,
about closed.
Kaz.
I was just trying to follow up today and get some final answers. But I just couldn't get a hold of it today and I was going to do it live.
Yeah. Yeah, and I analyzed it already with Gio. We looked at it, we analyzed it, we went over it. So we kind of game plan on if we go cash returns, what we're gonna do.
So I'm
So what
comfortable
he's
with
gonna
the
do.
situation now. I just need to be able to get a hold of it. So I don't know if you have a way to text it. How I'm very interested.
Do you have all the info? She called me on that number after I left a message and I said I'll get back to her. And then I gave you the lead.
And that was it?
That was it.
So yeah,
I
talked
called
to
her on that
Sunday
number.
morning. She was very interested. We just had to talk
Yeah,
to
that's
her
what she
husband.
Cool. I love it, man. She called me back after I left a message, so I knew she'd be interested. So cool, man.
Yeah, no,
It's very exciting.
You put her in good hands. So
Okay,
I just
so
wish I could finalize it tonight. I was hoping I could.
yeah, that would be good. We'll get it tomorrow. We'll get them all tomorrow.
Yeah,
Whoever
it
doesn't
might not be
answer.
live, but I'll get it closed.
Yeah. Okay, so
Hey, you wanted to call Denny one more time, Los? Fuck it.
I think I called Denny like what, 3, 4 times?
Did you? He didn't call back, huh?
Nah, I would answer his ass. Denny right here. 760. Let me see.
Fucking Danny.
Nah, I only called him twice, but I sent him a text. He'll text me back.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just want to say on a side note here, Zach, you're gonna have a lot more than Kohl's in your stockings for Christmas.
Ah. You got Kohl's in your stockings right now, homeboy? What you do? He doesn't want to.
No, I don't be getting no calls, bro. I be passing out deals. I told you, the more people you help, the more help you'll get in return. That's my motto. Making friends and watching them do deals, and that's about it.
All Gucci. All Gucci. Laura, what you got? You got a house in Tennessee?
Yeah, if you were closer, Zach, I would have gave you that construction deal.
Okay, what's up,
Yeah.
Laura?
So I was gonna take some action tonight because my husband's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I guess I should start working on REI, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, maybe." But my son was injured last week, So I kind of was on hiatus. He had a bicycle accident.
Like a
And he
motorcycle
landed-
accident.
No, it was a bicycle.
Ouch. Shit.
Over here at Pudding Stone, he was coming down, him and his buddy were coming down the hill, and his buddy clipped him with his pedal, and he went flying into the middle of the street.
Ouch.
Yeah. So tomorrow we have an appointment in Newport for plastic surgery, doctor, on his nose.
Broke his nose?
Yeah. His teeth, one of his teeth has to come out for sure. Two of
You
his
got some
molars.
character now. It's all good. Just
Well, his uncle
bad.
says scars are tattoos with a story.
Tattoos with the story.
Yep. He
You
has
have that
plenty of
person,
scars from dirt bike riding.
you have that person's information. I want to hit him.
I'm sorry?
Do you have that person's information? I want to hit him.
No. It was him and his buddy that were bicycle riding. It was just a
So they
freak
just
out.
hit him and left.
Huh?
They just hit him and left.
No. It was just him and his buddy. It was just a total freak accident.
Oh,
Ouch.
quick accident between the two of them. Okay, it wasn't a car or anything that hit him.
No.
That was a buddy. It was just a simple accident. That's friendly fire. Like Willie said,
Yeah.
black accident.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm
are you
sorry.
ready?
I misunderstood the first time. Okay.
No. It's okay. Are you ready, Carlos? Carlos is talking to all his animals and his kids and his girl.
Sorry about that. That's exactly
No.
what was happening though.
I do exactly. 'Cause all of mine, look at, there's my little guy right there.
Yeah, like the little Frenchies. Yeah, she has Frenchies. I have Frenchies too. My little babies are
Okay.
super.
I know. Okay, so
What's going on with the deal?
2928 Spotswood Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee.
What is it? 2928 what?
2928 Spotswood, SPOTTSWOOD Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, so it's for sale by owner. He has it listed at 75. It needs a complete remodel. Looks like a tree went through the roof. I wonder if, I know.
Looks trashed. Yeah. Okay. So did you talk to this guy already?
No, I just found it right now. And I was like,
Damn, 766 views. 60.
Is that a mobile home?
No.
no, it's a duplex.
A
This is
duplex.
where my analysis paralysis comes in because I haven't done a deal yet. And I'm like, like I put offers in on houses, but I've never talked to the owner.
Dude, it's
You gotta
even
live-
easier. It's easier to talk to the owner than it is to talk to a realtor because a lot of
Call
people
them.
feel that realtors are more professional and they feel a little bit nervous, you know. So it's actually easier speaking to sellers because sellers are like how we just had a couple phone calls. A lot of them are very easy to talk to. With agents, some of them are like kind of savvy.
Right.
I have a lot of people who are actually more scared to talk to agents than they are sellers. Yeah, so this one's an agent, right? So it just says contact an agent. So I would try to like, if I were you, I would.
No, it has
contact them.
a property owner's phone number.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let me see. It just says contact agent. Let's see.
So he still has to pay. You still have to pay the realtor.
Property owner's number. What's this shit worth? Let's see. It's only 891 square feet, built in 1928.
Damn, that's small.
Yeah.
But it's a duplex, so it's about 1,900 square feet for both of them.
Yeah. He's asking like fucking market for a house that's fucked up.
That's market price?
Let me call this guy. I'm only just gonna fucking talk to him real quick. The answers.
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna.
Typically I don't really call these type of deals unless like we kind of have some information on it. But
Well, I
don't
think he may have. I think he may have listed it incorrect on the square footage because it's 4-bedroom, 2-bath, and each unit has 2 bedrooms.
There's a duplex right here.
Yeah.
2 bedrooms, how many baths?
Like 890 per side, probably.
No, you said 2 bedroom, 2 baths.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
put
they
you on
could-
mute, but you go ahead and chit chat, and I'm gonna take note.
All right, let me call this guy. Da, 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 da.
I'm calling it.
Da, 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 da. Do. All right, 2720. What's this fool's name? Whatever. Here we go. Oh, it's not even in the country, huh? All right. Well, that number doesn't work, or he's out of the country or some shit. All right.
Here it's a Mexico ringtone or like press tone.
That's
Or
England, France too.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that was Mexico, but it's not like out of country for sure.
Yeah, France rings like that too. Okay, well, I guess I'll have to call tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, just call him up and just just get the bases out of it.
That
So
guy
what-
speaks English, right?
I know, right? Well, if he doesn't speak English and if he's French, I have a French client who could speak to him, so.
Yeah, you have more than that.
You speak French?
I speak French fluently, yes.
Yeah, he
Mm.
does. He does.
Oh, oui. That's all I know.
We we what? That just play.
That means yes.
That does mean yes, yeah.
That
Means
does mean yes.
Yeah, I speak French, Spanish, and English.
Ooh, bonjour.
Bonjour, ma chérie. Comment ça va?
Okay, well, I guess I have to go.
Gotta brush up.
I know, right? You
Well,
just
thanks
never,
for the opportunity. Yeah, sure. Let's see what else.
yeah, of course. Hey, you know what? It's all a learning experience, right?
Yeah, every day come to learn.
No, it's okay. If you need somebody in acquisition, I do French, English, and Spanish.
There you go. Now we know. All right. Who am I calling?
My Spanish is more like Spanglish, but you know.
Where'd it go? All right, I'm gonna call one more guy real quick. Let me see. Where's this number?
Carlos, thanks for calling.
Anytime. It's easier, like if we guys have calls, if everybody wants to, like, you guys have live calls, try to set calls up, schedule calls from like 4 to like 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific time. So then they can kind of be expecting our call and I can just be calling in between that time, all live. And if it's your deal, obviously, we all get paid on the deal. So let me know.
That's right.
I see. I think I waited a little too late on my deal.
It's an education for me.
Yeah, it's more or less get paid to do it too. It's fun to get paid while we learn. Okay. Let's see, what's this?
Carlos, how you
Do
doing?
you speak Spanish?
What's up?
Do you speak Spanish?
No.
Yes, Spanglish.
Spanglish. I'll speak like Nacho Libre
Nacho
with the
Libre.
accent, like that kind of Spanish.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
What am I looking for? Where is
Yo
this
quiero
number?
un taquito.
Muy poquito.
Yeah, but our Spanish speakers is just a double up, double up. A lot of Spanish sellers too, they already know like seller finance for some reason. They understand it.
Interesting.
Look,
Let me call this.
I'm already talking Spanish to my sellers at my store, so from realty to my store, it can't be too much difference.
Hmm.
If it sells, I'll make it work.
Carlos, are you doing deals in California?
Everywhere. I'm like a free agent. I don't have a fucking CRM system. I don't have any fucking paid leads. It's just you guys just call me where you need me and I'll go close. That's like legit. Like I literally have closed in so many states already. Just because since I don't have an actual market that I hey, I'm gonna pull my own set of leads. I just get mad leads from everybody. Like everybody's just like, oh my God, he sounds like just a little bit better than me on the phone. Let him get the lead so he can try to take it the distance. And then now we're buying everywhere. Like the main markets that I do like are Florida, Georgia, both Carolinas, Tennessee, Texas, Ohio, Arizona. The ones I don't really want to be in, I'll do California because I like California, but it's harder for me to get into those states where they're like more blue state, where it's like more landlord friendly, you know. I'd rather it not have like a cap for me on the rent, or like if somebody decides to not make a payment, I have to be stuck like right there, like allowing them to be there, and I can't get them evicted. I'd rather be in a state where, since I'm an investor who's going to do a lot of deals, I'd rather just put them all in a place where if something happens, like I give them a 30-day notice and then the sheriffs will walk them out. You know, like this, just not trying to be fucked up. It's just business wise, you know. I'd rather be in those states. But yes, I might be picking up another house in California right now. The Airbnb that I bought up north. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
Carlos has got one motto from the line in the movie: "Show me the money."
I'm gonna go say hi to my mama because she came by to say what's up real quick. So give me a couple minutes. You guys talk. I'll be back.
Okay, how come nobody's on wholesale hotline tonight? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller?
Bueller left the building, but if you need any help, I'm here.
Trying to. I'm doing what Giles just said. Hitting people up, being like, "Show me the money." I'm asking everybody I can think of for money tonight all day. That's what I've been doing. Trying to get make sure I got a lender for this deal, so I don't drop the ball on it.
Bro, by the time you find a lender, I'm gonna be primed for mine. So you're doing all the footwork right now.
Lenders are not that hard to find. They're a dime a dozen.
I'll tell you that.
Where do you need
The
a
right
hard,
one is hard to find, I guess. The right
John?
one.
You need a hard
Nah.
money.
You got a list?
Time
You
for
got a
that
list
right
like
now.
this? All of it
We
did.
need a hard money lender, but right now we just need to close.
What state?
Ohio.
Oh, dude, hold on a minute.
You need a lender, I'll give you one.
We close on Friday.
Amir. Oh my God, where are you?
Hey guys,
On Friday, Josh?
I got a quick question.
What's up, Jesus?
I'm not sure if anyone has run across this issue, but feel free to chime in. If you're trying to get someone on a creative deal and they want to do a 1031, how would you maneuver around that?
They want to do a 1031?
Yeah, they want to do 1031, and they said they would be okay with terms, but they would need a big down payment, to obviously do the 1031. And I just, I was like, I know there's a few ways around it, but you know, I'm not a complete expert, but for now, let's put a pin in it. I'll find out, and then, you know, I'll find something that works for you, and then I'll give you a call back.
I guess
You know,
maybe
you
the
can
Morby method, right?
syndication,
He
right?
would want, if he would need the most money up front, probably the Morby method, correct?
I'm not too sure, honestly.
Yeah, I think it would be, that would probably be the best way to get him the most money. So does he have does he have any kind of mortgage on that property?
No.
Yeah, that would probably be the best way. I mean, depending on what kind of interest rate you would get, right? I feel like that's why a lot of people are staying away from the Morby method because of interest rates. But if he needs a shit ton of cash, what's the ARV on it?
It's 2
31.
properties.
That's
It's
where they
2
put the profits into another building.
Say that again, sir.
A 1031. A 1031 is where they put the profits from the sale of the building into another
Yep.
building. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have like a certain amount of time to deploy that cash. It's really not even cash. Like you're not even allowed to touch it. You just have
Right.
to take the proceeds from that property directly into one. I don't know whether it was like 30, 45, or 60 days, I think, depending on which one you pick. But you know what I mean? As far as like the Morby method, that would be the best way for him to take at least 70, 80, 85% of the that proceeds and put it into another investment, and then he would be carrying the rest, which would completely would work. But I mean, I guess I would have to know a little bit more. But that's just me. I think that would be a good way to go. But depends
So
on how
does
much
that,
he needs.
does that give
You-
the buyer time to delay their payment since they can't actually take it until they buy an asset, delaying what you have to give them?
Yeah, I think like as soon as you make that sale, then you have like a certain amount of time,
Okay.
30 days. I
Sorry.
don't think
You
it
could
starts
also
until
put
you
it into
sell.
a syndication. You don't have to put it into, you could actually go into, like if they have a broker, some financial advisors could actually put it into a syndication for them. We do that. So the client, so like.
Hey
one of
Laura,
our
can you
clients-
say that again? I low-key had a call coming in and then it kind of broke up. Can you say that again?
Okay, so we had a client sell their house in California, but the client already owns their primary property, right? So they don't want to invest it because, you know, they're older and they don't want to deal with investment property anymore. So we turned around and we did a 1031 exchange into a syndication. So the client isn't purchasing, you know, property. It's just you have to find a syndication where they could do a 1031 exchange. I talked to Pace about this, and he said that the apartment building that he had purchased in North Carolina, he could have actually done a 1031. They could do 1031 exchanges on that property, the one that he did a purchase. So they don't have to go back and do a 1031 exchange on the real asset. Do you understand that?
Like not on his you know, the property that he's selling, you're saying?
Yeah. So the property that your client is selling, right? His hard asset, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
He's going to turn around and then do a 1031 exchange, but he doesn't have to go back and buy another hard asset. He could do, you know, like a syndication where, you know, you have somebody that's buying a property and they need investors, and sometimes those particular properties that they're buying up, they could do a 1031 exchange.
Yeah, meaning like it don't matter what kind of investment. I can partner with you, I can partner with Jesus, or I can
Yeah.
buy my flat, like a
See
whole
if
new
he wants
investment
to
property.
take that into my deal.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm serious. You guys have to work
Honestly, bro.
all out, because you can do a 1031 exchange
does it
without
have to
him
be you?
having to physically
Yeah.
own that property.
Yeah, I was doing a deal that's 124 units. The seller wanted to 1031 into like a hotel, but you know, he didn't have anything in mind. So that was kind of like, he's like, find me a deal. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's yielding me, the same kind of return as, the 124 units that I got. So yeah, you're 100% right. It don't matter what it could be a part.
Yeah, and not only that, but number one, he doesn't have to deal with, the residents, right? Number two, he's not having to deal with maintenance. Number three, he doesn't have the headache. All he's getting now is just, 10 to 12% on his income. Maybe, I know there's some out there that are up to 20% on income. So
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you can invest in anything. I mean, damn near you could probably take the proceeds and invest it into like REITs, even, I think, right? So
I'm not sure about an actual REIT, something that's on the market or in the stock exchange. I don't know how that would work. But doing it private, I think you would be better off. And Josh is looking for investors. And of course, if you're doing an investment like that, you're going to have to be an accredited investor, because a lot of them won't let you do it if you're not accredited.
I guess it all amounts to what's his return? What kind of return is he worried about? Cash on cash return or like ROI? Like would he want to be getting rid of that deal? Josh, what's his return, brother?
I'm offering 15% right now.
There you go.
There you go.
It's going up by the minute now.
15% what?
Cash on cash return.
Cash on cash. Okay. It's because there's a whole bunch of ways 15% can go.
Yeah.
Either annualized, amortized, internal rate of return, cash on cash. As you guys get into the lending side of things, it's another ballgame. There's different types of lending, different types of amounts.
What's the asking price?
116.5, but we got like 60, so I just need like 50. I mean, it'd be nice.
116.5 to 1,016.
116,500. Yeah, is the whole purchase.
For how many units?
4.
4 units. Okay, so that's still residential.
What's that?
Because it's not commercial, it's still residential.
Residential, yeah.
What's the unit comprised?
Right now, 550 per unit. But they're all
550 per unit. What's the size of the units?
2 bedroom, 1 bath. I'll have to see what each unit is square footage wise. They're pretty large size.
2 bedroom, 1 bath can't be that big.
It's an all big brick building, and they're pretty large.
But you're looking about 800 square feet per unit, right?
Let's see here.
Really? You let your dog just freaking go through my plants?
What is your exit plan, Josh?
We're gonna cash out refi in 3 months. 3 to 6. Let's see, the whole building's 5,700 square foot.
Divided by 4.
Yeah. I know I had a better.
50. What do you say, 5,700 square feet?
Yeah.
Divided by 4.
Syndication is selling a building as shares. Syndication is basically plug and playing people to get a deal done, right? Syndication can be like crowdfunding, like, hey, I need $1 million, but I don't have somebody who has $1 million, so I can put 10 people together that have 100,000 apiece. And now we just syndicated the deal. We put people together. Syndication, somebody can bring the lead, somebody can work to close the lead, and somebody can fund the deal. Syndication. But most of the time it's about raising capital on the syndication part. So it's like crowdfunding syndication. You're bringing in multiple parties for a return on the property.
You're looking around 900 square feet per building, per unit.
Yeah. Something like that.
That's a pretty good size, actually.
Does anybody have any questions? How's everybody
Yeah.
doing?
How many
What's up,
people
Dan?
are sponsoring and what are their net worths?
Say it again.
How many people are sponsoring and what is their net worth?
I can't hear. I can't hear. Somebody's mic's on.
It's gonna be mandatory.
Daniel, hit your mic. There you go. Thank you. Say it again. How many what?
How many sponsors are there and what are their net worths collectively?
To what? Who sponsors?
Yeah, well, that's my question. Are you who's sponsoring?
In a syndication deal?
Whatever you're pitching right now. Not a syndication deal, this syndication deal.
I think he's
Oh,
talking
this
about.
one, I came back into this deal not knowing what deal. I just came in and hearing syndication. So I
I think
was
we
like,
were talking about
no way.
Josh's deal. It's 4 units, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So typically you need a sponsor when you need fucking millions of dollars. You need somebody that has the net worth, the credibility. So when you're syndicating to get 100 grand, I mean, you don't really need a sponsor for that. Sponsors is you want, I need $20 million, $15 million, right? And even if you can raise that capital, you need somebody to sponsor it, meaning somebody whose name goes on it with you that's saying, hey, I actually have this amount of money in my net worth or in my assets. I have 15, 20 million.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I was just asking like who's sponsoring. I'm sorry, somebody just sent me this link and I just jumped on. I'm probably asking this question out of context. So probably
Oh, it's all good. I just jumped back in too, so I didn't even hear the deal. Like when I probably came back into this conversation when they were finishing it, and I was just explaining another way of syndication. So don't even worry about it. I jumped in probably the same time you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I guess what is this about? You guys are looking for money or for one deal, or was just a
Are
general?
you a
talk
lender?
about-
Or who sent you out? Who sent you the link?
Oh, Yoseo.
Oh, Yoseo. Are you a private money lender?
Not anymore. I used to be, but
So all of us are investors, right? So a lot of us do wholesale, a lot of us buy and hold properties. So Yoseo, I remember Yoseo was letting me know that somebody was gonna come in here a little bit later, that might have connections to funding. So myself or Josh Keating, we buy a lot of properties every month. We buy a lot of properties on creative financing. So we're having an influx of properties that are coming in, and since we're a little bit newer on purchasing these properties, I haven't gathered like a large list of private money lenders or institutional lenders, but we have some of our partners. They have really great credibility is how we're able to buy so many properties and understand how to walk through the strategies. What we always look for we always look for private money lenders, more or less not hard money lenders, but we do look for private money to fund either entry fees. We have a lot of people that can do gator money, but we're mainly interested in private money to fund creative finance deals or even cash deals. If you have any connections and stuff, definitely would love to exchange some value and even compensate you on this if one of your lenders can fund some of our deals.
yeah, sure, I'd be open to that.
Yeah. Well, nice to meet you, Damien. My name is Carlos, by the way.
And nice to meet you as well.
So where are you located and how long have you been in the business?
I live in New Jersey, North Jersey, and originally from Boston. Been in the business for 20 years.
Oh, nice, man. So are you actively investing or what are you into?
Yeah, actively investing now. Like I mostly work directly with one other person, and that person sort of leads a team of like a bunch of VAs, and then we have 5 other investors with us as well. And the VAs are constantly cold calling sellers. Now they're working with agents, because we're in the sub 2 group, and
Same
we're
here.
just getting
I'm sub 2.
influenced. Okay. Yeah, so we're learning about like other strategies and how to talk to agents and stuff like that. So the VAs now, she's having them contacting agents and stuff. And
nice.
Basically what we do, is like acquisitions, and like if a certain kind of property so say if there's an older property with tenants in place, it would probably go to me. Because I'm like more of like a buy and hold landlord. If
Okay.
it was destined to be a flip, like say it's in North Jersey, it will never cash flow. It needs a huge rehab. It would probably go to, another investor that's in our team that loves to do flips. So we have like 6 investors like keyed into like behind these VAs, I guess you could say. That's kind of how our business model works. Like our goal, like we wholesale, but like usually that's basically like if nobody wants the deal.
Right, I got you. So you guys are like, you guys basically, your team has the first right to purchase it before you decide if you guys want to wholesale it or whatnot.
Yeah, that's a much better way of explaining it. True.
Yeah. We have that. We have that right here too. We have a lot of teammates in here that we work deals with together. And if we close a deal together and one of us wants to buy it, even if we're JV'd on it, we have the first right to be able to sell it to each other before we decide to wholesale it out.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool, man. I'm a sub 2 student myself and TTP. I do both. Fairly new. Been in the business for 8 months now, but I'm enjoying it, having a good time. And this is basically I have the powerhouse. This is what it is. It's just our own little community. I did it to start bringing in my own like daily dial, nightly dial type of things, and so we do daily dial. And then during this time, 3 to 6 p.m. Pacific time, it's like 6 to 9 your time. We do like our own nightly dial. And I go over live calls, and like every week we've been closing deals live, and we have newcomers that come in all the time. And I train a certain way in acquisitions, and it helps a lot of people close very quickly. So we have a lot of people that are closing deals within the community within like the first couple of weeks of them coming in. So yeah, we just started putting that together like months ago, and just decided, you know what, we're gonna create a whole community out of it, and that's what's happened. It's been good. How's everybody doing though? Anybody have any questions?
No, I'm just gonna put a side note in it. What was that guy's name?
Damien? That guy?
Damien?
Yeah, Damien. Yep.
Damien.
Hey, Damien, just send me a friend request. You got my name on the page there on the Zoom here. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get anything on New Jersey side, but if I get anything out there, I can, we can connect and do something, make something work.
Okay. Yeah, I'm also buying in Georgia, in like Florida, like Jacksonville area.
Nice. Good markets. Yeah, he's in Florida. The guy who's talking to you, Damon, he lives in Florida.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I think your sales is by you.
Nah, me and Damien went to see a house in
Giles,
Georgia.
I'll put the address to that.
You guys are local to each other?
Nah, that was the first person I ever went to go see a house with when I started this sub-2 thing right here, Damien.
Well, that's what's up. You guys know each other. That's what's up, dude.
Yo, my brother Carlos. I was just talking to this seller. Like, like his father just died, so he's about to leave, and I was just talking to him and everything, like.
Yo,
I was explaining the seller finance to him. Like I went through everything, the motivation, the condition, the timeline, everything went smooth. We was talking on the phone, and he wants the action price is $625.
Okay.
He said the most he was willing to go with was $500,000. It's an off market deal. And where I had to be, I was like 280, 290 before I could make it work for me.
Right.
And like I just like everything, I ruled myself out, and I started explaining the seller finance to him. He said and then I asked him, like, you ever done a deal like this? And he was like, yeah, that's how I got this house. So he just told me, like, yo, I'm talk to my daughter and my brother, because he's about to leave like soon in November to the Philippines because his pops died. I guess he's out here alone. My homie can't take it.
Ouch. Okay.
I was just telling him like, yo, I'm gonna call you, but he was like, nah, I'm gonna call you. Like,
let's call him tomorrow. 9 o'clock over there. Or wait, where is his house at? In New York? New Jersey. Yeah, it's already 9. Are you down to call him tomorrow? I can call him.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that
What's the
early.
condition of his house, Joseph?
Yo, that house looks like shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit look mad.
Yeah,
weird.
well, I mean, I understood it with your fucking offer. It's a $625,000 asking price, and you're at 280. He's hitting heavy. He heard the condition of it and was like, for sure, 50% minus repairs. Yeah, he's like, yeah, I need like 40% on this house, which is like where people are. It sounds like a shit fucking offer because it is, but that's where end buyers are buying right now at the 50 to 60% of market value right now, minus repairs. That's why you guys want to learn terms very well, because you guys are going to be able to come in clutch during this recession. It's happening. People are going to have to, either take a massive discount if they want to sell or sell it on terms. Cool, guys. Does anybody have anything for me?
I have a question.
I have a quick question.
So I just I think I'm sorry, Daniel. I just need to hear it like one more time just to have it clear in my head. So before you had jumped back on, I was asking everyone how I would go about doing if somebody wanted to do a 1031 on seller finance. So Laura, I'm sorry, I just kind of wanted to hear it one more time. It's just because I'm still a little hazy on it. Or if Carlos, you can kind of explain how I would be able to maneuver around that.
On doing a syndication on a 1031?
Yeah, so how would I, how would I maneuver, or I guess put that into my creative terms?
Well, as far as presenting it to your seller, that I'm going to let Carlos, because I don't talk to sellers very well. But if I were to, let's say I'm presenting it to my client, okay, I'll give you that scenario. So the client just sold his property, but he doesn't want to purchase another property on a 1031 exchange. So we would suggest going ahead and doing a 1031 exchange into an actual real estate syndication, which entails multiple properties. In our case, I don't know about Josh's case. So like in my company's case, we would do a 1031 exchange for our client, and it would be in an investment that has commercial real estate, it has residential real estate, multifamily, everything, hotels. So that's something that you can discuss with him, but you can't give him that option because you don't actually have the syndication in front of you. You know what I mean? You don't see the investment in front of you. So that's where Josh could send you over the investment, like the brochure, the prospectus, and you could go through the prospectus, read it, and see what it entails.
Do you guys know what 1031, like the definition of 1031 and how it works?
Yes. So a 1031 is just, it actually is saving them from having to pay taxes, but they're supposed to put it into an investment that's equal to what they're selling out of. So if they sell out of a commercial property, they have to put it into a commercial property. And not all syndications will allow you to do a 1031 exchange. I do know that because we had to ask a couple of our sponsors that we work with, and we only found the ones that we work with, we only found one of them that will allow a 1031 exchange.
On a syndication deal is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
It's a little bit different, yeah, on syndications, because a lot of times in syndications, you're also giving equity in the deal after they come out of the deal. So it, like a 1031, really what it is, and you can go from single family home in 1031 to commercial, or go into commercial and 1031 back into a single family home portfolio. That shouldn't matter at all because people do it all the time. But a 1031 exchange basically is when you're purchasing a property, you buy a house for 100 grand today, and next year, let's say, it rises up to 300 and you sell it for 300, you're typically going to pay taxes on the $200,000 spread from what you purchased to what you sell it for. And most people don't want to pay taxes, especially like when you start becoming wealthier and you do a lot of deals and you see how much money you're going to throw away just by paying taxes for accepting it. So when you do a 1031 exchange, you basically have 45-day window to pick 3 subject properties for you to invest the funds that you have. And you want to put it into a property that is of equal value or higher value. So then you can park your money into it and not have to pay those gains. Now, depending on how long you've had the house, right, it differs on taxes. If you had the house for 6 months and then you sold it, then you pay like a high capital gain on it. If you've had it for a few years and you pay a different rate on it. But no matter what, if you understand the tax incentives and you're not in a hurry for your money, it's good for you to park your money other places so you can avoid taxes. And they do that for commercial. I know people who will 1031 like a portfolio or even just like a big house into a small multifamily, maybe like 10 units or whatever, or a couple of their deals. It doesn't have to buy the actual deal out, but they can roll it into something that's of higher value, right? So the house is 300, but this multifamily they're buying is $1 million. That'll still work. You can roll it into it because it's a higher value, and then you defer those whatever 20, 30, 40 grand, 50 grand that you would have been paying on that capital gain. That's how 1031 works though. What's up, Dustin?
I just keep deferring.
Yo.
What up, man?
I'm late. I had to record a podcast. Sorry.
How was the podcast?
It was good. It was bomb. Always fun.
I've got a creative deal in Birmingham. Everybody got deals in Alabama. What you got, Josh?
Let's see. It needs a good bit of work though. 30K probably rehab, but they want 12.5 down. Like 12,500 down. Then 25K balloon. So 37.5 total, but then they said they would do 250 interest only payments, and they're flexible on the term, like the length.
Is this locked up or you're working in this deal?
It was a lead that came into my CRM from a funnel.
From Dustin's CRM?
Yeah.
Dustin created his own CRM, guys. He has like a plug and play all together CRM with I don't know. Dustin, what can your CRM system do?
If you wanted to do virtually anything, then come on over. It's more of like, what does it not do? The things I'm building into it, the automations are honestly, I'm replacing every software, DocuSign. I'm replacing your caller, your phone, your pipeline, your client management, even your comping. I'm going to be setting up automation tools there, everything.
What do you plan to, when you release this out to the public, what do you plan to charge for something like this?
Honestly, I just want to build a large community that wants to build things together and leverage it into the powerhouse. I want to continue leveraging, for people to grow off of what we built. So it's going to be pretty much less than what you're paying for DocuSign. What are you paying right now? 40, 50 bucks? It's going to be about probably 47 bucks. Okay, and you're going to see the value. I'm going to pull the gates back, and you're going to have that pretty much access to everything. Obviously, the only success that you're going to see is going to be the action that you take. We'll have the coaching behind it as well. And then there will be ways that we can JV and we can continue making money together. Because I know that's where the true impact is going to be is the community that we build. So I'm not too worried about the price point, guys.
Yeah, Josh has gotten a few leads. Just started working that CRM that Dustin basically privately released to the Powerhouse students. And you guys are all able, if you guys want to contact Dustin, he has a all together. It's probably going to be one of the next best CRMs coming up. And get in with it. We're not really charging much to the students. Great all in one, like you're saying. Josh has had like 2 or 3 fucking leads that come in that are fire that he's working on. And so it's proven that it's there already. I know that I work with a lot of people who work a lot of leads, and a lot of like the leads coming in are shit leads, not motivated at all, nothing. So a lot of it can come to, besides you not taking action, it could be like bad lead generation, bad lead sources that you're getting the information from.
Mhm. Yeah, Mike's in it all day long too. He loves it.
Yeah, Mike loves it. He calls me all the time. Tells me about it.
Dustin,
right.
let's hook up, man. Let's get it done.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, you guys should hook up. You guys should hook up for sure.
There we go. So there's my link to the podcast. But guys, more importantly than my podcast on the side is what Carlos and I are releasing. So I've already got some prospects for some more awesome guests that we're gonna have on, aside from like Matt, and that was more of a non-traditional podcast release. That was more just value to the community. But the people we're gonna be bringing on and into the community as a secondary are gonna be massive. It's gonna be fun. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. We're not gonna be quiet about it. So
yeah, you guys are like I was telling this new group of ladies that I was working with in the morning that are part of like the acquisitions team, that I was letting them know that basically everybody who's in this powerhouse right now, because they started like organically from the bottom, from like I had no deals to now purchasing over 11 homes, wholesale over 8 deals. I helped shitload of people buy their first house, or a shitload of people get their first wholesale contract. Josh is like my first student. He has like fucking 8 doors now under his portfolio, and I've only been here for so long. That we already understand that we already brought value. We already have enough testimonies. We've shown it so many times where we already know what we're going to be charging for next year's. But we're making like modules and all these things because we're test running it right now. We're new at it. We're just using our students in here right now as basically test bait. We're trying everything that we're learning, and even though it's working, we're still improving on it. So next year, basically when we start charging, we're slapping a big fee onto this because it's worth it. You guys will be grandfathered in and will be all the testimonies, and everybody next year will have to start jumping into the community to pay to start coming to these Zooms, and we're going to have better structures. We're going to have our podcast, and in that podcast, we can even be live with the people, with the actual, the higher net worth individuals that are coming in. It could be also like a live, every once in a while, we'll have some live education, and that'll only be for the people who are grandfathered in or the paid students. But basically, we're learning how to do everything right now from the ground up. And so we're testing it out, we're trying it out, and it's bringing a lot of fucking value. So we are going to charge next year. It's just right now, everybody's getting it for free. So if you guys are in, you guys are in.
yep. Yeah, we want to keep that's important when you want to keep the integrity, you want to keep the value of a community, is you have to set those barriers. We already know the value of the community that's here. So yeah, as Carlos decides to start charging for things, and as value continues to get, injected in from all different areas, it's our job, it's Carlos's job, it's everybody in the community's job to set that barrier of entry so that he can keep that momentum going. Because the last thing you want is a lot of drags, a lot of people, that aren't there to take action, getting involved and throwing cogs in the motion, and it's taken away from the value that each and every one of you guys get. So, I mean, that's part of the process. It's going to be huge. You guys are at the beginning, man. Watch Carlos rise.
Dude, like, we don't even pay. Like, we don't even charge people. People don't even pay. And I literally fucking have so many more I have more testimonies than some people's fucking mentorships that are paid fucking 5-10 grand. We have so many fucking, like, Giles is about to lock up his first deal. They didn't answer again today, but we already went over the numbers. We worked it last week. Like, if whatever it goes, cash or creative, they're open to both. It could be a deal no matter what. It would rather it go a little bit on terms, but no matter what, I might be the buyer on terms if we go that route anyways. But what I'm saying is, most people don't know Giles. He's a seller. Like, I bought his house kind of thing, seller, a few weeks ago type of thing, So we have so many fucking testimonies that at that point, I already feel confident. But all I'm gonna start doing is I'm not gonna change the structure. We're gonna improve on things, modules, more templates. But I'm gonna start slapping a dollar sign on what I do every day for free for you guys. It doesn't change my actual structure. It doesn't change. I have to change my schedule. It's just that now that I've proven it and helped so many people, I spend a lot of additional time going over this, and I did it for free over the 7-8 months while I was learning. Otherwise, I could have blown out way more deals if I didn't build the powerhouse and answer everybody's call and try to answer all your guys' questions over and over and over. I would have been way further, but I knew that I could leverage myself if I did it this way. So next year, I'm going to charge a fat fucking sign on that thing. Not crazy like 15, 10 grand like other people, but I'm still going to go in between sub 2 and TTP. It's a little bit more than TTP, but in between sub 2. And I'm going to charge that fee right there. And that's the way it is for you guys, for others to get in this. You guys stay with us, right? You're cool. You guys are grandfathered in, but it's just time. We put in a lot of work. I've taken a lot of years to study and read and prepare myself. And Dustin too, you know, we paid for a lot of things, like not only monetized, like blood, sweat, and tears, fucking frustration, building your own brands and podcasts and fucking CRM systems and bringing in high net worth individuals and learning basically every strategy that we can to break it down. It took a lot of fucking frustration, headaches, and fucking money, and a lot of things behind the scenes, you know? And so it's worth it.
I'll spend multiple 5 and 6 figures, and I'll leverage that in order to bring the value to you guys, because it comes full circle. I mean, I already have spent multiple, and I'm leveraging that and the connections that I've built, the network that I have, the expertise that I've gained in order to leverage it for you guys. The same thing for the CRM. I posted a link in there. That's for the request. Doesn't mean you're going to gain access, but it's a soft launch request I'm going to do at 50% grandfathered in. So if you pay $25, that's you get coffee 2 times out of the week, 3 times out of the week. That's pretty much what that is. $25, you'll be grandfathered in that for the entirety of you being inside this community or this CRM or this platform, which my goal by the end of first quarter is to have over 1,000 people in there with a community that leaches into Powerhouse. So as one grows, they both grow. So if you're a leader in both, what do you think is going to work its way up to you? Deals. Okay. So you take leverage. Yeah. If you position yourself as a leader in this community, just like Jesus has with the morning calls, you got Mike, you got Carlos, you got everybody. You guys are just the next level. You are the next step in the evolution. And you're going to be the barrier to the deals that we're no longer able to service every single one. So if you guys never want to search for a deal again, you're in the right place. And we want to enable you to do that because we want to make massive change. So
yeah, I'm glad that we did it I'm glad that I learned how to build what I built for free, so then I can show people that everything I didn't spend a dollar on, not one fucking dollar. I never paid for one lead, no cold caller, no VA. I have no CRM, no calling tool, no SM. I have no fucking CRM. I'm literally a free agent. Like if they were to release LeBron James, and now I'm going to go and fucking just go to the fucking game night and just fucking slam dunk in front of everybody. That's legitimately how I work my business. I wake up and I have all you guys to call back on and say, where's our deal? Where's our deal? Where's our fucking deal? And I get them all these deals. They're not even mine. You're going to see me close them and either get a percentage of the deal or buy the deal. And that's how they come on a daily. Not $1 do I spend. And so now that we're putting stuff together that's paid for, you're going to see me really scale this shit. And you guys all have the same power of learning how to do it because we're doing it like organically in front of you guys, showing you guys how to do it.
That's right. It's also why I'm building the other end. You think I make money off $25 for the insane intricacy of this, of what I've built out, that you're able to do virtually anything. And I've dumbed it down enough to where you can literally just plug and play it and not have to learn freaking another code or language in order to do it. Anybody can do it. No, I don't. But I want you in there, and you're going to take more action if you have a little bit of a financial investment in it. Okay, I want you in there, and I'm going to build a community, and I'm going to build the need that you can fulfill in order to position yourself as a leader. And I want to nurture you in order to do that, because as I grow and as my company grows, and as Carlos's companies grows, and as our joint companies grow, we want you guys to continue growing as well. So you're the leaders and you're the next level of what we are, both together and individually. So
Yeah, and like just to let you guys know, like how people are doing the elephant challenge. We've been teaching that shit since like the beginning of the powerhouse. Basically, I syndicated all my own deals. How I just said I don't pay for anything, but I put myself out there. I learned how to plug everything in. Somebody brought me the lead. I was the closer. I got somebody to fund the deal. Elephant challenge is what? To bring people who are one-minded teams. I work for myself to put them together, learn that you don't have to know everything to get a deal done. So they get a wholesaler, a sub-2 student, an agent, and a lender to get a deal done. I've been doing that shit and teaching you guys to do that way before the Elephant Challenge came out. It's just a smart thing to do though, because a lot of people are individuals and they think they're a one-man team. When you don't have to be that way. You can learn to go and just bring a deal to somebody who's open to like collabing with you. And the reason why I'm open to it, like some people are like, oh, I wouldn't give them a whole assignment for your partner. Okay, that's you because you have a scarcity mindset. Imagine you can help 10 people do this and you actually partner with them or give them a little bit more. They're probably going to fucking want to bring you more fucking deals, but you don't think like that. People don't think like that, right? They want to just eat everything because they only have one fucking deal a month. That's why they want to fucking squeeze the life out of people. When in reality, you can massively leverage yourself. See, here's like today, like there were so many actual good leads that didn't answer today that guarantee you if they would have all answered, we probably would have been 2 or 3 deals just today. That's how some of these leads are so good already that are coming in that here in some point, and there's gonna be a day where we do 2 or 3 on fucking one fucking Zoom. That's how many good leads are coming in every single day from other people like yourselves that are working hard. And it's not hard. I'm gonna show you literally how to close every fucking deal organically. I don't know everything. I'm just fucking willing to just talk the talk, and try to make it work.
You can get deal from the owner.
Okay.
I can vouch for that.
go.
And I'm getting ready to close the deal and I didn't have to pay nothing to get it.
Yeah, he didn't.
So Daniel, I
sent you a text. Did you get it?
Hey, Gio, what deal are you talking about, brother?
I'm working on a Georgia deal right now.
Oh, yeah? Is that I'm looking for like a duplex or a fourplex out there, Florida or Georgia. I even got a little bit of cash to deploy in it, so if you find anything,
I'm
bro.
just looking at a single right now. It's a single six bedroom, 4 bath.
6 bedroom, holy shit.
Badass house, bro.
Okay.
It's in Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Oh, Stone Mountain. Yeah.
I'm ready, my guy.
Atlanta suburb.
You guys can drop your info if you guys want in the side chat and interchange it. You guys come into the powerhouse. We're here daily. We're kicking ass, man. Whatever it is, I love sub 2. I love TTP. I'm a huge fan. But those guys who come with wholesaling experience and those guys who come with creative finance experience, it's a little bit different than somebody coming from a background of massive negotiation and sales, which gives me a massive advantage coming into people who may know how to wholesale or even know how to perform on deals. Doesn't mean that they have better strategies on the way that I can close. And so I like to say confidently that if you come in here and you practice the way that we practice, you guys will crush a lot of the sub 2 students and crush a lot of the TTP students on the phones. I'm a competitive guy. I enjoy it. I'm not competing against them. I just like to work hard and know that I want to be one of the greatest at what I do. And that's why I study and I read and I practice. And I've learned it. I've talked to a lot of these big name sub 2 individuals, and there are a few out there who are on point. There are a few. There's a good amount, but there's a lot of them who have social media presence. They're bullshit. I've caught bluffs on all of them, just trying to analyze deals with them. And some people that some of you guys probably see all the time, they're bluffs. They just, what I was talking to Dustin, we were talking about like a lot of people who barely know things. They're the ones that are the loudest and the ones that people see that are like, oh, blowing up. When in reality, like when I start to give knowledge, people are like, holy fuck. Or when Dustin gives knowledge, because it's true knowledge, like actual advanced knowledge, not just like, oh, I'm someone who's not introverted. I'm just going to be extroverted. And then he looks like he knows what he's talking about because he's extroverted in front of a lot of introverts. But then when you hear like Dustin and I start breaking down strategies, people are like, oh shit, that's next level shit. Right. And that's how when I talk to a lot of sub 2 or TTP or other investors, you kind of just know that they're very mediocre. And that's why right here I have confidence that if you guys can just stick around and put some time in, you guys will surpass a lot of motherfuckers out there who think they got it. Whoever they think they're learning from is not learning from me. They're not learning from Dustin. They're not practicing here. I enjoy all of that. I like it. I don't ever jump into, if I wanted to, I could have been a sub 2 leader or a TTP leader. I could have been one of them, but I decided to build the powerhouse. I could have been like the Munifs or the Darrells or the Brandon Durans or whoever else has their own communities going on in sub 2 or TTP. I could have been all those other people who are doing those Zooms and whatnot, but I decided I want to have my own one day. That's why I created the powerhouse. And here I am. I'm a perfect student of both of them. I'm now the creative finance coach for TTP every Friday. I wouldn't be surprised if I hosted some shit for sub 2, and I wouldn't mind it. It's massive leverage for me anyways.
That's a benefit to all.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I have a question. So what will happen in the case of a subject 2 for 17 years and the seller dies? Will the loan get called? What will happen during probate? I don't know. Just out of curiosity, what will happen if the seller dies?
That's a good question.
If it was under contract already?
Yeah, I'm not sure I understood the question.
Basically, if you bought a
this is-
property as sub 2 and the homeowner, the actual name on the loan, that person dies, what would happen? I don't even know if the bank.
No. The question is, you already purchased it. You're already paying the terms, and the terms are for 7 years, 10 years, whatever. During that time, that seller dies. So you still make the payments, but to whom you make the payments, and then during the probate, will
Like,
something
is
happen?
the
Will
seller
things
older,
change?
or are you thinking like maybe like an accident kind of thing?
Yeah, an accident. Life happens, he dies.
Very true. Yeah, it would probably be whoever the beneficiary is. Like a lot of people have their own wills.
Yeah.
A lot of people have their own wills and whatnot, or families or whatever. It would go over, if there's no set will, it would go to the family or something like that.
Yeah, try and
but
keep that in
if
the
there is no
contract.
will, then it will have to go to probate. But what happens to that note to the bank? Will the bank now realize that this person is dead and they will call on the note?
Probably not. Not unless, I don't think so. They don't. Usually the only person that calls a note is like, literally like sometimes it's going to be the seller if they get upset at you. Most of the time people will do this.
Carlos,
What?
I'm not sure about that because I know financial institutions get notified when people die. Like
then maybe you're right.
just, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
even
yeah, I
though I
wouldn't
mean
know
that's
I wouldn't know.
like
If
the
it's
doing
paid
part
off,
is not scary. I mean, there's plenty of ways to get out of that and continue to keep the deal together, or even just modify a little bit and still keep the structure. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a way around it. Just like when people do call that due on sale clause, there's a way around it by connecting it into a land trust and then signing the beneficiary. That's how you avoid that. But yeah, I'm 100% don't even know. It's fucking guesstimating, I guess.
yeah, there's nothing
Yeah.
to worry about. It's probably 1 in like 10,000, probably 100,000 that you'll randomly get somebody that passes away, and then you just renegotiate with the beneficiary to get that if the due on sale gets called. But also have verbiage inside your contract that the contract is past death that would transfer through to kind of protect yourself, at least in some terminology, and have an attorney go over that. But again, not to really worry about, because even just organically the due on sale is like 1 in 1,000, 1 in 5,000.
Yeah,
And you have time to combat that. It's not going to be like right away too, And I don't know if it's just the, you're worried about, well, let me rephrase that. Like if the owner of the note is an investor, they might try to foreclose on you, right? And they might try to call due on sale if they're checking this stuff, So say if the owner of the note is not really this big lending institution, it's just a guy like myself, right? Like I might be going in and checking, right, to see if owners are dying or where payments are coming from and stuff like that. But 99% of the time, it's a big institution that they probably don't even care, and you're going to have time to find other ways to refinance out of it and you sell the property, refinance out. It's not like it's like the next day they're coming after you, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I wouldn't even worry about it, to be honest with you. You know?
Let it,
Yeah, no, I
yeah, I
got you.
mean,
It was-
I understand you just want an answer. I personally didn't have one. It sounds like we're not all 100% sure on it, but more or less there's a way around it.
Yeah, now let me ask you, will there be a way to put a life insurance policy on that person?
Shit.
Of course you can.
Yeah,
You gotta get him to sign it though.
Yeah. You
You can get a life insurance policy on anybody,
yeah.
but I don't know why you'd want to. That's
Bro,
I
so
don't- that's
if
so
you think
totally
somebody's
irrelevant.
gonna die, you can even fucking like, hey, in a scenario you think you're gonna pass away, we can set up an additional trust where after you die, the payments continue to your trust or a charity of your choice or your kids. Right? Like when I talk to elderly people and they say that, I just tell them, you know that what do you plan? What are you gonna plan when you die anyways? Are you planning to leave anybody any money behind? Yeah. Okay, well, why don't we just set this up to go with the rest of the money? I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, if they really wanted to, they could move the property out of what it is into a trust at that point in time, and then that's beyond the person. So then
Yeah,
it could.
it's an entity itself, so I can make that in the contract, and even if the person dies, it's under the entity, which is the trust, and I have the contract signed with that trust.
But yeah, I think it's just 1 out of 100,000. Like what happens? I would say just make sure that your contract is teed up, and then make sure that there's you're in contact with beneficiaries or whatever. Like if it's written into the will or whatever, if something like that does happen, you can just bring it up. But I don't think you have really much to worry about.
Yeah, it was more out of curiosity.
Yeah,
And if
no,
that's
that's a
fair,
very
you-
yeah. That's definitely a good question, because I mean, as outlier as it may be, it can happen, and I'm sure it probably has happened. And somebody has gone through that to have a resolution for that. But unfortunately, yeah, that's not one that we have a immediate resolution for, but at least there are some buffers that you can put into place just in case.
Well, I can speak from my scenario. Okay, I have a scenario like this, which my mother left me my mother passed away. She didn't have a will, so I had to go get a probate. Okay, and anyways, neither here or there. The probate wasn't filed properly, but the court made a judgment on April of last year, and they declared me to be the sole, because I have the same last name, the sole what's the word I'm looking for?
Sole member, beneficiary.
Not necessarily beneficiary, but I'm the one that has the right to
The
sell the house.
administrator. Yeah, the administrator of the probate.
Right, administrator of her proceeds. So I have the right to sell a house according to the court.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not necessarily the beneficiary, but I am the court appointed not benefactor, but the court appointed I can't find the right words for it. The court appointed person that can act in behalf of the deceased person.
Yeah. I think you'd run into maybe more problems just because against the terms about sub 2, because once the institution, the lender comes a hold of that, then you would have to change the entire structure. Seller finance, though, without being a hybrid, that would be a lot easier, because you're dealing with strictly the person and the financing, like liens against the property. Anything like that passes down even after you die. So there's no reason why seller finance as a contract for the property, the deed of the contract which you hold, it would not. So
Right, that is correct. Yeah, because I do happen to have a medical bill that was 20 years old that I have to be the one that's gonna have to pay for it.
Yep.
After the sales.
I think it's called executor.
Executory, yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Thank you very much.
But yeah, I
Thank
think
you for saying that. Yes.
Daniel pointed out that I had left some things out in that the request for soft launch. So if you're filling that out and you didn't fill out your phone number or email, I fixed that for you guys. So go ahead and resubmit that.
Quick question, is anyone else having issues downloading Cameron's questionnaire? I don't know why I'm having issues.
I think actually I did have an issue with it. She was trying to download it from mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, was it on Facebook or?
Yeah,
yeah.
turn it into like a Microsoft file, like a Word file document or Google document or something.
Okay. Sorry, Dustin, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Yeah, Cameron, it was like some weird, I think, Apple file. That's why I hate
It's
Apple.
it's a great fucking piece of paper that you guys should all fucking download. Like that piece of paper is what's gonna make you guys remember what the fuck to say. If you guys don't already write it down on your piece of paper.
I've downloaded everything that Dustin sent me so far. Was there something new?
No, this is
Cameron.
this is
Cameron put this on
Cameron
the
inside the
Facebook file page. You go to the files in the Facebook Powerhouse group. Go to the files and you download the Salar questionnaire. Just like how we go over.
Okay.
Yeah, Salar questionnaire.
And then Damien, you might want to put your buy box on something not Dropbox. They're not it's not compatible a lot when people have cookies that they don't get rid of. It like errors out and nobody can download it unless you do like it on your phone. You should just put it in like Chrome.
Listen, not PC Pro.
Cool, guys. I'm gonna just plan out my fucking day for tomorrow, and then I gotta draft up 2 proposals. I got like 4 or 5 more things on my to-do sheet. I feel like it was a really good day. I have like 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 5, I don't know. I have like 40 things that I did today and probably got almost like 30 of them out of the way, 30 something. So I won't finish up 100%, but I'll finish up 85 to 90% for the day. Roll over what I don't finish until tomorrow, and that's why I'm just finishing that out. Remember to use your guys' everybody in the acquisitions teams here. For the ones who are not in the acquisitions team, if you go to the Facebook page and go to the file section, we have like to-do sheets to hold you accountability sheets basically for personal and work life. I kind of just instructed people how to structure themselves for the next day to make sure you're responsible and getting all your shit done. But yeah, basically every night I go over my to-dos that I did and anything that I couldn't get done for the day. Like right here, I just have raise private capital for multifamily, put a closing date for the Indiana property I just bought, make draft proposals for a Florida property, a Georgia property, and the North Carolina property. And then look at Abe's deal in Ohio, look at Kevin's deal in Columbus, like to actually buy, look at Damien's deal in Texas to buy. So those are like, all. What else? Brad's schedule. Oh no. And then remember, go to sub 2 Q&A, add to the calendar so I can go to the actual juicy Q&As. Like how you guys come in here and learn. I really learn when I get into like cases like fucking if he's doing live calls or like Q&A, I sit there and wait so then I can hear something that I haven't heard. And then I come back over here, I already know when to use it. But basically that's kind of like how my structure is. And that's why I stay proficient is because I'm like tracking everything. And I do it like, I have like months of these fucking sheets filled out. So then I can see like, oh, you know what? I was doing super shitty the last month because I didn't fill out any of my sheets. And then even when I did, I didn't even check them off. And then when I'm having a good month, I'm like, damn, almost every sheet was like 80 to 85% checked off at the end of the day. Now roll it into it. It's something you guys should implement. Accountability sheets. It'll help you guys out. Anyways, guys, much love. Appreciate you guys. You guys.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't do the live call today. I was hoping to give you some credit.
Yeah, man, don't worry. We got it right now. We'll come up and get it tomorrow. Whenever it'll happen, it will happen. But yeah, guys, tomorrow, Jesus is running the Daily Dial, the Breakfast Club at 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. Pacific time. Remember, we outwork other people. So if you guys need to learn a little bit about acquisitions, get in there. He hosts it. He's doing really well. A lot of you guys got to hear him kick ass today on his call. And then I coach and host the evening calls like this one. So tomorrow, you catch Jesus in the morning or catch us in the evening. But you guys have a good night, okay?
Yeah. All right. See you.
Peace
Post
out.
You guys can stay back if you'd like. It's up to you guys, but I'm jumping off. I got a couple things to do.
Night.
Carlos, yes, sir, real quick. Make sure you reach out to that girl tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yes,
girl.
I know. I know. I have it on right here on the list too that I had reached out, but she never got back to me. So I got that.
Thanks for jumping in, Damien.
See you guys.
There we
Later,
go.
bro.
Okay.
And then
All right, Josh, Giles, Dustin,
Bye,
everyone.
I'll see you in the
Cameron, I'll
morning.
see you guys
Dustin,
later.
thank
Yep.
you for
Have a good night,
everything.
everybody. Appreciate
Josh,
your guys' time. We'll see you in the morning.
peace out,
Yeah,
man.
join in the morning, guys, if time permits.
all right, I can't be part of the Breakfast Plus, but yeah, I'll definitely be back at night.
Have a good
You'll
night,
be
Dustin.
here. You'll be there in spirits, Gio.